Good evening, one and all. Welcome to a new era of AF1. I've already overused that phrase. We are live from Fuji Speedway in Shizuoka Prefecture in Japan for round 1 of AF1 Season 9. We're using the RSS Super Formula cars. Thank you everyone for joining us, although it's probably quite empty at this point in time. We are a little bit late. I apologise for that. We've had some technical issues since it is the first round of the season. But I'll tell you, alongside me I have Mosquito.
Hello, good evening, everybody. We are doing it again. Again, the best combo of the commentary, according to some people.
Yes. I think if we're both doing commentary all through the season, this is going to be an amazing season. Even if the racing is just dominant by one particular person, not naming any names, it's still going to be great. All this racing and all of this drama and action that will absolutely exaggerate for everyone.
I mean, honestly, Josh, like there's the whole conspiracy. I'm just here to curse some people because my curse seems to be stronger than yours. That's the thing.
Yes. Back and say, is that Worcestershire I hear? It is indeed Worcestershire, Brooklandsshire. I don't know how that name stuck. I thought of it in about 5 seconds. Anyway, shall we start off then? I think let's take you round the track quickly. Let's see who's out on track at the minute. I'm a bit rusty. Let's see, how do I get rid of this? Boop, boop, boop. There we go, and that, and then we just, I don't know who we're riding on board with. We're actually riding on board with nobody. Let's get the standings up. There we are. And we'll ride on board with Rapidi. He's just started a lap. Never. Of course, he teleports straight back to the pits. Thanks, Rapidi. Here we go, Mike Blast, who's on the end, going towards the end of a lap on the 0.9 of a mile long pit straight. There's not much to talk about. This is probably going to be the main point in the lap where you'll use the push to pass. We'll come on to that later. You've got 10 uses of those in the race. The track starts to go downhill as we approach turn 1. A couple of cars up ahead that might be a bit slower. There's a bit of trail braking. The track drops away from you on the exit of turn 1. Kink of turn 2, absolutely nothing in these cars. You hear the whine of the cars. I love the sound of them. Through to turn 3, a nice left-hand kink, almost unsighted until you reach the apex. Through the long turn 4, that's going to punish the left tyres intensely, and you're almost immediately into a braking zone. Turn 5 with a hairpin. Get on the exit, use as much of the curb on the exit as you can, nice and wide. Through the kinks of 6 and 7, again, not really any effect. This might be the other place where push to pass is used. Then you're into the kink of 8, 9 and 10. Bit contentious with the drivers, very bumpy. Drivers not especially liking this section too much. They prefer the short layout. You drift all the way to the left and then swing it in for 11. This is the real roller coaster part of the track. Up the hill, a very difficult braking zone as shown by the car on the inside of the corner there. He's backed off from this lap now, but that's turn 12 and turn 13. And one corner left at turn 14 again. It's the same as turn 12 and 13. We're sort of braking around the outside and just tip the car into the inside and on the power as early as possible. Straighten the car out and onto the front straight to end the lap. Lap times around the 120s. We're expecting, I think, 118s by the time we get to qualifying. I've missed doing those track intros. That's awesome. I guess next on the list then is to take you through the cars we have in this season, and I think we'll turn it over to Mosquito to start this off.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so we're gonna start with the current team list, and the first team on the list is by Coolest, which is consisted of 2 drivers, Miguel Soto and Lucas Boschel.
None of whom are here.
Yes, but they are listed also on the teams. I think Miguel gonna do race control, right?
Yeah, Miguel's on race control today. He would normally be driving the 35 car and Lucas Boschel in the 76, his standard number.
76. Yeah. So the first actual team I think on the track. Let's see if they are. Yeah, there's Robert Kinebel with car number 2. He's currently 12th. He didn't start. He did a lap, but he is not currently on the track, I think. There's also and then there's Max Jensen. Max Jensen is obviously Dutch driver, another speedy Dutch driver, and he is having number 95, and apparently the skin numbers works. So
apparently the skin numbers work. Yes, indeed, and he's also decided on his card to stick the 95 from Lightning McQueen on there. Definitely no copyright infringement there. Nice. I really like this livery actually. Sort of a black, blue, and yellow colours. Yeah, I like that. It stands out a lot. I love the way that the halo with the yellow sort of arches round. You got that sort of yellow stripe going back from the engine cover all the way up to the halo and back across. That's really nice.
You know what it reminds me? There is this animated TV show Invincible. It's like this color scheme of the main hero. He wears like the superhero costume, which is like mostly black, yellow, and then with blue additions. It gave me some vibes like this.
I don't know that one, to be honest. I don't know that one, to be honest, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. It is like the big show currently, and like very popular, kind of like the Squid Game, but it's like an animated thing, so you might skip that one. Yeah, but coming back to the actual team covering, we have Scuderia Due Toro. Yeah, it's not Toro Rosso. No. There's Trader Joe, I think. Yeah, he is on the track. And then there we have Riley. Trader Joe is having number 19 because Joao Vicente Guerra is having 19 as a main number. I don't know the story about Trader Joe number, but Joao's one is after Felipe Massa. And also that number was, I think Felipe Massa is using that number because it was first number of Senna on the Lotus car. So basically
I've got you there. It's the Tolman. His first car was the Tolman.
Yeah, Tolman. Yeah.
I've got you already.
Lotus. Yeah. How could I be? Yeah.
I like the livery with the two ball. It's a bit reminiscent of the 2017, 28, so 2017 onwards with the Toro Rossos. Sort of a.
Yeah.
It's not so much as shiny as the Toro Rossos, but it's still similar paint scheme. Trader Joe's been looking really, really strong. He's sort of approaching the best of the rest status in AF1 in the last couple of seasons. And who was his teammate? I've completely forgotten. He's actually just left. He's actually just left the session. Actually.
Riley is his teammate.
Riley is the other guy. Sort of in the frame for best of the rest in this season. He's got.
He's not racing today, right? He's not racing today.
I don't know.
I don't see him on the list. I think. No.
I don't know. I'm guessing that's this name I've got in here. The second one down in decline, which means no. But everyone keeps changing their names, especially this weekend after what's happened in Formula 1.
Yes, and Riley is using number 73, but he's not here, so we won't see that number in this race.
Yes, they're in the Scuderia Due Toro racing car, which is the sister team to...
the sister team of the Two Bulls Racing. Two Bulls Racing is
we'll get there with the transitions.
Yeah.
Diego's not currently in the session, but we do have Charbertrand in the session, I believe. Yes, he is. He's currently P14. Ooh, I like that.
Another solid driver, to be honest. And they are having their this year's Turkey livery of the Red Bull team.
Yeah, looks great, and Charbertrand will absolutely be wanting to take a... I mean, they're called Pubel Racing because these are the guys that keep finishing P2. Charbertrand kept getting podiums, getting sort of second, third places last season in AF1, and also in Season 7 in the F317s. Diego Domingo also is just well known for getting P2s or wins, but off-stream.
So
most famous for taking P2 in AF3 Season 3.
I can do some transition then. If we speak about P2s, then there's like next... I'm gonna skip some teams because there's Bonnevein. This guy was racing in the AF4 last season, season 10. He won it without winning any races. He was like 3 on 4 races being P2 with the mostly fastest lap and pole position, and it was enough to keep him the win. So he is having number 54. He is the member of Fat Sim Racing. And his teammate is Shiny Waffles. Bonnevein is currently P2. He's leaving the pits right now. And Shiny Waffles is P20. Currently, they are part of the Fat Sim Racing team. I like this livery. It's pretty. Shiny Waffles just spun.
He's just spun at turn 10. Yeah. I think a lot of the drivers this season and their cars, they all stand out, which is absolutely great. And that might have something to do with the fact that there's only a couple of people designing them. So they can say, okay, don't want to do a livery that's similar to this one. Let's just do this instead. But Fat Sim Racing has a brand. It's got its own colour. It's sort of this light pastely blue that really works. It really makes them stand out. Just like
but in this one,
just like River
in this
Racing's
one,
got a dark green.
Yeah, but in this one, instead of black, there is like darker blue. You see, this is new era.
Wow!
I think.
Graphic designer coming out in you there.
Yeah, I can spot colors more than 2. Yeah. So okay, coming back to the teams. I just skipped a couple of teams, so we're gonna come back to the list. There is Nut Race in there.
Okay, we're back in the list now. Bulbasaur.
Yeah, Bulbasaur. Is he on the track?
He is on the track at the minute. He's got one of the more complex liveries, the number 12 car. So the standard Nut Racing colours sort of black, red, and white in different priorities depending on the season. So it's got a lot of sponsors on it. It looks great. Stands out again. It looks really fierce, actually, but that might be the case with all of the cars. They've got Bulbasaur alongside Pinky Quinn in the 42 car. He's currently P10 in the session at the minute. He's just improved his time, but stays P10. He is in the 42, as I say. I like it. I like it a lot. Pinky Quinn has been at the right on the edge of getting titles on many occasions in the last few seasons in AF1 and AF3. Will this season be his season? Who knows? Is Jack Olivier racing is the big question. And I think the answer is yes. But he's not racing today. I know that for certain. He is. Yeah, Jack Olivier's in Macca Racing. But we'll come. Let's do Macca Racing since we're on it. The big rivalry in AF. That is Nut Racing and Macca Racing. This is Nut, and here comes Macca. Rubber 9, the only... oh, that is good. Macca Racing's Rubber 9, the only competitor for Macca Racing this weekend. They've got a dark grey and light green livery. That's their standard colours. Quite a plain livery, forgive the ping. Looked great.
Yes, guess who designed that? Yes. But, like, the main concept...
You're our noob.
Yeah, but like the main context behind that livery was to make it look kinda like the Mercedes one, as they are like dominating, kinda like them.
That's
and
aged well already.
Yeah,
they're dominating.
Like, original skin was silver one with
the
live additions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
And then they wanted black skin, so we went like full black livery with some like upgrades. I can see Jack modifying that skin because I can see on the sides like a lot of different shades of colors that shouldn't be there.
Has he violated something? Has he violated some graphic design rules there?
No, it's just conversion thing. They are using the different conversion rates, I think, than myself. But you know, it's just technicality. It still looks good, which is perfect. Rubber's helmet is quite special one. I think he doesn't know how the template works, so he put it. It looks jammed, but a little bit hectic. But it's you know. I might improve it next season. They didn't ask me to make the helmet. I did helmet for Jack. He asked me to do it, but Jack is not racing. I think he's on like camp. He's like doing some running and stuff like this professionally, I think. So he is going for some like sport camp or something. I don't know the whole context behind it, but yeah, that's the thing.
Should we move on to another Nut team, Nut Racing Development, or NRD?
Yes.
That should be double NRD, but anyway. Pepper Cappy and Fern. Pepper Cappy's in the 05 car. Where is he? Here's here.
And it's his debut.
Oh! And is alongside... Fern is in the 55 car, who is currently running P19. These cars look absolutely great. The black and the white contrasting with the red and the orange and the yellow in the middle. It's absolutely great. A bit of transforming in there on TRD. It's great. Go on.
Okay, so this chat, this is the confirmation Josh likes anime, okay? They have anime on the site. I know that they have girls on Panza on the kinda this fin part of like the top part of the.
I saw the colours before I saw the anime. Moving swiftly on. Either X Zenith Motorsport, Martin Beauty, Matthias Labiak. Where are either of them here? I know Labiak should be here.
Matty is.
I know P9. Matty Labiak P9.
Yeah.
Another standout car that looks a lot. I think I talked to Matty recently about this car, and he is designing it similar to a real Super Formula car with this sort of light purple, green, black, yellow, all mixing together. It's great.
And it's based on Evangelion anime.
That's the one. Another great looking car. He's got sponsorships from various things that he's involved with in real life, as well as I think he should have his own sponsorship for his own graphic design company. Or livery company, Studio Servidae. Is it Servidae? Curvidae? No, it's definitely Servidae.
Or Servidae, I don't know.
Servidae. It was definitely on the Evo X Zenith Motorsport car. No, this is the new racing development cars. Definitely on those. Well, I think we'll come to the performance of all of these drivers a bit later on. But let's move on to some of the newer drivers. Rapid Blast Racing. That's a... What's the word I'm looking for?
Mike Blast.
Portmanteau of Mike Blast and Rapidi, driving 22 and 33. Can you guess what nationality Rapidi is? Is he Dutch? I don't actually know if he's Dutch. He might be British.
I don't think he's Dutch.
No. Mike Blast currently topping the session by a quarter of a second. A newcomer maybe going straight to the top. Who knows?
Mike Blast is Finnish, I think.
I think Mike Blast is Finnish. He's driving the 43 car today, but his race number is 22. But look out for the 43 on track. And 33 is Rapidi, who is also in the session. He is currently actually driving the 89 car in P7. I thought he went off track there. He wasn't. More anime on the back, leaning heavily into the Japanese theme for this season.
This is the stock one, I think. This is the default one.
Yes, this is one of the stock. This is one of the stock ones, I should say. Should we move on to Stroopwafel? Is that how you say? I don't know how to speak Dutch.
Stroopwafel?
If I was British, I'd say Stroopwafel, but I know that's wrong. That is Vivels and Jens Betsma, hoping to follow in the footsteps of their hero. Oh God, I've just seen it on stream. Oh God, it's white. It stands out. It reminds me of a very old livery, Team Charged in AF2 Season 2 that was just a patchwork of colours. The wheels are pink. It's white car with pink and red and blue and yellow and orange and green.
And
I can see a rainbow, see a rainbow. So that's a British hymn there.
Yeah, he deserved to span on the track for the colours they use.
As people spinning their turn number 8.
I think it's not the first time, actually. He spun there like we've seen him spinning.
He went wide at He went wide on the X of T5, I think, and that caused him to. I think on his rejoin he jumped over some grass and spun out that way.
And I think Jens is not racing, right? So
that is correct. I think he's still recovering from Max, but Vivos apparently doesn't care. It's not exactly. It's a national day of celebration. We've done facet of Marshall Motorsports. That is Eppley, currently running P12. That was good. That's a not a default livery. That's one that's been made, and that was great. It's definitely an Alfa Romeo. Is that yours?
Yeah.
Is that one of your ones? Alfa Romeo inspired, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Hence
like that wasn't the plan, but I went full alpha when I just saw some.
Yeah. The carbon is a good touch. I like that. That's a really
Apparently,
nice touch.
Apple is complaining by the size of it, so I will just change it mid-season. We have like only one more race to go before the break, so it might.
It might not be then though. Eppley's teammate is João Guerra, running the 19 car. He's currently running in P8 in the session. You see, he's got the 19 car on the rear, on the shark fin, and the Brazilian flag on the rear wing.
Also about the helmets, João is using Massa's helmet from 2017, Williams helmet, and for Eppley I did a mix of Mika Hakkinen helmet from like the sides, and the top is from Kimi Raikkonen's helmet.
That's a good mashup. Yeah, I like that. That's a good mashup there. Next, Poor Energy Racing making their return to AF1 again. Were they here last season? I can't remember. They were at the back anyway, but they've got different drivers entirely. Mattia Suriano, who's currently out of the session, alongside Juan Manuel Gutierrez, who is currently not in the session. So, I don't know what the hell their car looks like, but they're running the 14 for Mattia Suriano and the 24 for Gutierrez. That's my number. Bugger off. Likely they'll be running black and gold in some fashion they normally do. That's Paul Energy's colours.
With the arrows. They have like some gold arrows.
Oh, I think I remember seeing a long time ago. Yeah, because they've been planning that skin for a while. Ever since we found out that it was going to be the super formula for this season.
The driver combo is like known from the previous season. Suriano was like the original driver of Scuderia something, which I don't remember the name, professional streamer. And then his teammate was Alberto White, but then Alberto left the community, so Juan just joined as his new teammate.
Yes, so, Juan is a founding member of Poor Energy Racing, along as well as Lucas Boyschel. Boyschel is not in. He's in the Bikulis team, of course. Kulis team. I don't know why he's not in Poor Energy. They should be. It's his team,
maybe.
you know. At least he runs the endurance division. Let's say he's the champion of AF2, of course.
Oh, it's Scuderia Cavallino Azzurro, basically. The name of the previous team.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay, I see. I'm glad you pronounced that.
Yeah, Italiano.
Yes. Then we have Pro Noobs. Is that a new team again? I'm seeing a new. That is Nemanja Popovic, who is he in the session? No, he's not. Alongside Pro DZ, who is. He's only P10. Ooh. Ooh, that looks nice. Popovic running the 37, Pro DZ running the 39 in a black and purple car that could easily be mistaken for a Hamilton tribute livery. With a few Yamaha sponsorships that make it feel like it's also a Valentino Rossi livery.
I think it is based on... yeah, if you just click on the Prodisi and you just zoom, you will see Lucas Weber as a driver name, because it was probably livery Lucas did for himself.
And then
probably Lucas
didn't drive. Unless Prodisi is a Lucas Weber alt.
Yeah.
I mean...
He's German. From Algeria.
Lucas isn't here today. You know.
Yeah, it's not Algeria, it's Algermany. So, yeah, terrible jokes.
Yes,
thank you for inviting me.
I mean, that's why you're here. We have two teams left. Fast Sim Racing. That is the Fat Sim Racing. Is that the sister team? I suppose I'll call it a sister team.
Yeah, now. It is.
That is Roman Nesh and Jake Feemster. They're both running P60 and P17. They've got a red and white livery. I like that one. That looks really clean.
They have Mentos as a sponsor.
A couple of teams have Mentos as a sponsor. Fat Sim Racing has Mentos as a sponsor. I use sponsors in quote marks.
So I think it's like the kind of the copy of the Fat Sim Racing livery, but like in the you know, like red spin. So they look quite similar.
Let's compare. Shiny Waffles. Here's Shiny Waffles. No, not quite. It's similar, but it's not identical.
Yeah, the pattern is different. But like, you know, placement of the colors, proportions and stuff like this is quite similar.
Yeah. And that just leaves the last team, Wolf Team Racing. That is Thomas Cameron in the 037 car and Daniel Wolf in the 17. Are either of them here today? I can't see. Cameron is P16 a minute, and Wolf is P14.
I would like to remind that they have the racing school, so... Yes.
Maybe let's see how they do on track before we decide to remind them if there's a racing school.
I like the replacement of the carbon fiber to like this molten thingy.
Yes, they've got their traditional livery that's similar to the Macca racing car, but with more green. Formula E does something similar with some of their cars. They're similar but not the same, because there's more of a certain colour, you know.
Yes.
But they'll definitely stand out on the track. And that's all the teams for AF1 this season. So let's take you through the format for this season. We're just coming towards the end of a 45-minute practice session. We've got 5 minutes left in that. Following that, we'll have a 2-part qualifying session. The first part is 10-minute long. 8 minutes long. Excuse me.
You okay, Josh?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've had a cough for a few weeks now. The first part of the qualifying is 8 minutes long. It's not COVID. The first part is 8 minutes long, in which everyone sets a lap. The top 10 go through to Q2, another 8 minutes, to decide the top 10 of the field. The race is then 150 kilometres of race of pure racing. 32 laps is the case for today for Fuji. We have 8 rounds in the season. We go to Mont Tremblant next week on the 19th, and we return on the 9th of January for a triple header starting at Mexico City. Then going to a driver's vote, which could be Albert Park, Marina Bay, or Heart Lake Complex. And then Imola for round 5. That always goes well in AF1. Then a 1-week break, and we return for a final triple header starting in Monza on the 6th of February, Silverstone on the 13th of February, and the season finale at Suzuka on the 20th of February. Mythic will absolutely love that one. And as for... Oh, there's two more things, and that is fuel. It's banned. Refueling is banned for this season. The fuel is the default fuel rate, so if you run out of fuel...
You have a problem.
Tyre wear is double the tyre wear. We're expecting tyre compounds. There's only one compound available in the mod. And that is... Some teams have a red stripe, some teams have a yellow stripe. Actually, some of them decided to have, I think that's Michelin tyres on Suriano's car, for example.
It depends on the templates. So, some of the tires are like the actual ones from like the mod. It's like some fake sponsor. Then we have some like a real one like Yokohama or like Michelin, I think, and Pirelli. Because like Lucas made some few patterns and then he shared with people, so it might be a thing.
It looks great. It really does. And finally, push to pass. Every driver has 10 push to passes to use in the race. They also have 10 push to passes to use in practice. It's not allowed in qualifying. I think you automatically get the maximum boost in qualifying anyway to overcome that. You'll be able to tell if a driver is using push to pass when the green lights on the just above the halo there start flashing. Pepper Cappy's using it at the minute. You'll see. No, he's in recovery mode on that one. On the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see green if they're able to use it, along with the number of uses they have. For example, Mike Blast still has all 10. You'll see in his part there. Ping, it will go red if the car is stopped on track, yellow if it's being used, and blue if it's in recovery. I believe you get 10 seconds to use deploy, and then 20 seconds until you can use it again. I think that's right. I might be wrong. As I said at the top of the stream, the most likely places it will be used are on the front straight and on the back straight toward turn 8. They're the prime overtaking opportunities. And the places, it's basically like DRS in this case. It's where you're most likely to use it. We might see some off the race start as well.
Okay, so I would like to mention a few things because we didn't mention a few drivers which are the reserves. Also, Jens Betsma is here on the track, so he will be racing in this race.
I'm scared.
Yeah, then there will be Daniel Ricciardo, so our owner Arda, doing his comeback to AF1. He did very well in AF3, so we might see some positive outcome in this one.
I drove AF2000 as well, yeah.
Yeah,
it's great to see him back. I think he's on a wheel now, which is wonderful.
In AF2000, he wasn't that amazing as he was spinning a lot, but
and Mosquito is kicked from admins.
No, in AF3 he did like very good job with scoring points in the first race, and then he was like P7 in the second one. So very good performance from him. Then we have Irman Shaikh, which is also racing as a reserve, I think.
Yep, he's out of the session at the minute. That's Imran Shaikh. I'll correct you now. Imran.
Okay. And then Ruben F. Andrade, being 16th for
he's
now.
Just moved to 16th, yeah. He's a common reserve. He's played his part as a reserve in many events over the last year.
And he did a full race.
Most notably in AF3 Season 4's finale at Macau. He finished actually third place in the season finale there.
He did well in as a main driver in Dallara season, so it was Season 7, I think, of AF1.
Yes, of course, yes. He had a couple of podiums, I think.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's good to see some people kind of stealing, good points from the regular squad. And then Prodisi is just crashing on the main straight. This is interesting.
Well, the race is, the practice session is over. So it is Mike Blast that takes the top of times by a quarter of a second over Bonavane. Then Rapidi in third place, 4 tenths back from the top. Then Bulbasaur and Mex Janssen, Charbatron P6, Pingu Quinn P7, Joao Guerra P8, Suriano P9, and Pro DZ top 10. Jens just pipped in a time right at the end to go P11, then Eppley, Daniel Wolf, Vivos, and Ruben Andrade. Thomas Cameron is, I don't even know anymore, then Romanesh, Rob Kinnable, Fern, Trader Joe, Daniel Ricciardo, Pingu Quinn, Shiny Waffles. So that is it for practice.
Will the session be restarted, or
The session will be moved along to qualifying in a minute. So
it will be moved. Okay, so no leaving the server. Okay.
No, leave the server. You'll need to leave the server because we need to rejoin. Actually,
I need to rejoin. Okay.
Hold on. I've been told I was told by Mythic earlier. Don't rejoin.
Okay. So I want.
So you don't rejoin. I'll stream to you. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So okay.
Yeah.
So I'll be checking the live timing.
You keep live times up. That'd be great. Wonderful. Keep it on all purple sectors. Anybody going fast? That would be wonderful. So we're just sort of waiting. It'll be a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for the server to die so we can restart for the first part of qualifying. As I said, it's 8 minutes long. I think we've got 27 drivers, something like that, racing today, which is amazing. One of the strongest starts to AF1 since season 6.
If there's a possibility he made a third safety car, isn't it like?
I don't think it is at this stage. I think it's the entry list seems to be deleting safety cars, and I think that's because Mythic is in 2 different classes at once.
Perfect. I have a question. Is this like do we use the new live timing or the old one?
The old one. I haven't had any time to get
okay.
new live timing.
Because it disappeared at some point.
Yeah, it will probably disappear off into obscurity at some point soon. As great as it is.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. So I have the live timing open. Then, if you will be having enough of courtesy, then I will just join on your stream.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. Cool. I will.
And I will follow.
I'm gonna. You want to keep talking? I'm gonna nip off for about a minute to get a drink before qualifying and for a race. My voice is already quite hoarse. I quite like my voice like this, but it's rattling my throat. It's not comfortable.
I can do all the screaming.
No. You're not taking that away from me. No.
No. Okay.
We can both scream. You're not taking any screaming away from me.
Okay.
Right, I'll be back in a minute. I'm sure Mosquito will have plenty to talk about.
Okay, I will handle the whole situation. So hello, Chad. How are you doing? Yeah, basically 21 people here. This is good. I wasn't supposed to be commentating today, but just said since AF2000 works so well with our mixed commentary, then I'm welcome or more than welcome to join here and carry some emotions. Apparently, people like my emotion approach to the whole commentary thing and screaming, basically. And my supposed French/Italian/Turkish/ I don't know, put any accent here. So yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, it might be having few safety cars in the race, Timbub. I think there will be some safety cars. And yeah, that's the thing. What I can say is the whole. I think it's third sector, so it's like from the Dunlop turn, which is like turn 10, or on the Josh's map, I think it's turn 8. It's basically having this whole slow section with like the chicane, then you have like very short straight with a very rapid right-hander, and then you have the 15th corner nets, and then it follows to Panasonic corner. So it might be a section where drivers can lose it and just take somebody else with them. So it might be interesting. And then the long ass starting straight. This is like, whoa, man. we're gonna see some amazing fights, in the slipstream or with the push to pass. There is no DRS in those cars, so you cannot use it on the straights, thankfully. But I think they are pretty good to follow, and push to pass seems to be very strong addition. Although you have only 10 push to passes, so it's not that easy. It's not that really easy to plan it strategically. Oh, we saw something. What was that? What was that? Who was that?
Gotcha. Any word on the session starting with qualifying?
Yeah, I agree, Timbo. That quick left right is so hard to get right. Yeah. Basically, you just need to be very smooth with the movement and try not to lose the car, which is very easy, especially in AF1. Hello, Jack. How are you doing? Oh, he's not replying. Waiting.
Give me a chance to type, for God's sake.
Yeah, okay. I just try, to do some interactions with chat. So yeah, we have 19 people here, so.
So talk to them, for God's sake. Tell you what, alright, I'll break out the party trick now.
Okay. You just do you. I was just like talking for like 2 minutes, and then
Wrong thing.
Then I just saw
I'm
you.
meant to grab the top of this. There we go. There we go. So I can look at myself and this, and then do that. Which way is it? This way?
That's your commentator.
Try to center.
Yeah, it is almost center. It is almost center.
I have something, and I need to eat. Oh crap! It's gone everywhere.
Hello, Vessel. Okay, yeah, Jack. We also wish that you were there to race. Although you are the casualty of mafia, we just don't want you to dominate the league. So we sent you to the Madagascar. Oh, Jens gonna like it.
I have no beans today, but I do have stop waffle. I don't know. This thing.
Yeah.
This is called. What is this called on here? Saint Pierre caramel waffles.
Saint Pierre. Oh. Yeah, I agree,
Lovely.
Jack. I agree. So I will say bon appetit. Josh, enjoy that meal.
It is nice. It is very nice.
Yeah, it is.
I'll turn this off now. But there you go. You got your thing.
Cooking stream. Oh, imagine.
You got me eating again. Oh, don't get me cooking. Don't get me cooking. I'm bad at cooking. Maybe when I move into a new place, but right now, no.
You know what I can do? I can do like the stream where I am building the Lego Speed Champion set. It's 1995 Audi Sport Quattro S1. I have the Lego set. I still haven't built it. So, Christmas stream and I'll be building it. Maybe. Mythic is still trying to get the server working. That's the information from Penguin. Yeah, Mythic is the man of commitment and sheer will, so he will make it work. Yeah. And Rubber said Penny's server, which is giving me some Ali vibes.
I'm just gonna dip really quickly and just check in and see how the progress is going on. So I'll be back in a second. Welcome back, everybody. We are just about ready to go. But a lot of technical difficulties. It happens on the first race of the season, especially with the new format we're trying. But I can personally guarantee that I will make sure it is fixed for next week. For now, though, we are waiting for the start of Quali 1. We're waiting for everyone to join, and then we'll restart the session and get going.
I just really hope that we won't that we avoid the situation we had with AF3 with the server doing oopsie.
Yeah. Thank you, Roshu, for subscribing.
Oh, hello, Adam.
2 month streak there. I don't know why everyone's leaving the pits. We're supposed to be restarting the qualifying session. But I guess the more track time, the better. We've got about 20 cars in the session at the minute. It's only me in the race control in the safety car for this one. So take the number of people you see on the timer screens and -1. I'll stream the.
Oh yes,
POV
yes.
now
Thank you so much
for Mosquito. Let's take a look around, shall we? Let's see. As Danny Rick starts his first lap, even though it's not really a full lap. It's just like an extra practice session. Like a warm-up for qualifying, I suppose you could say. While we wait for everybody to get in and ready.
Okay, so you asked about the expected times. So apparently, Jack Oliver did 1:19.9, and he said he expect mid-90s to be top times. So this is where we aim.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I reckon we get mid-19s on sort of low fuel runs, but it all depends on the traffic, and there's not a lot of time
and no
to get that lap together.
Pass.
And no push to pass.
Push to pass in the quali, yeah.
But that also means it's maximum push to pass, maximum power all the way through, normally with AC.
Yes, it is. And it looks we have some traffic in the first 2 corners. We have a lot of cars making a big queue.
Not cars. This, but also it doesn't matter because this session's being restarted.
Ah, yes.
Okay. As I understand it.
Really hope
we have 25 drivers in now, so we should be restarting momentarily.
I just really hope that the ACCTV will be working because it doesn't like
working.
to handle.
It's working.
Okay. Okay. That's good. I like how Arda is having the Ukrainian flag on the car.
He's got one of the default skins. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the hidden Ukrainian driver. Moros. Oh, there's Daniel Wolf has
crashed out. Daniel Wolf that's spinning at turn number 6, and Andrade is a bit further back on the track, about just after turn 5. You got it going again?
Yeah, so I think it will be
here goes
will
my
be
ping.
the section where people will be just spinning.
This is the part where my
hairpin
ping is struggling and my drop frames skyrockets. So bear with me a second.
If it will be really, really bad, then we will try to change places maybe. I don't know if I will be able to join instead of you, but...
Right, let's see if that fixed it. Yeah, I think we've lost all the drop streams. There we go. There's no spots free for today. Sorry, Vessel. Still waiting for drivers to restart. We've got a lot of people doing a bit of rallycross there. Mix Janssen, one of them. And who was that behind? That was... where's the... There we go. Race begin in progress. Live timings. There we go. There's a bit of queue going on. And here we go. There's the session restarted. So we'll be underway straight away. And we've got a few cars out on track. I think the first one will be Juan Gutierrez. And there we go. He's out first. And I'm just going to leave this camera here as we watch all the cars file out of the pit lane and hopefully not crash into each other in the process.
Oh, you just
Rapidy's
said that.
Rapidy's already been hit. Coming into turn 1.
His main rival from the AF1 season 10.
There's a few cars forgetting they can't cross the white line of the pit exit. Daniel Wolf, and I think I saw someone else do that. I think it was, I don't know who it was. I saw someone else do it.
You know. they will have some problems. So João Vicente Guerra is the last driver to leave the pits, apparently.
That might be a good call, I think. But there's a huge queue of cars. Daniel Wolf is in that queue.
Imagine if they get to the third sector, the slowest one.
Yeah, there's going to be a huge queue coming out. I see a car stopped off track. That's Shiny Waffles, as my ping goes through the roof again. Oh, Jesus.
This is the correct way to drive the car, George.
Oh, Christ. Why is this happening? Seriously, I haven't had stable Wi-Fi in months. It's a nightmare. My ping is 300.
If it will be bad, I can just do the stream instead of you. Yeah, but yeah. If I will be able to join the server. That's the main thing.
You won't be able to join the server. This is the thing. So, I'm not getting any more I'm not getting any more dropped streams and dropped frames, but I am getting still 300 ping. So I think the quality's returning. So, a few cars just parking themselves, queuing up, ready for the start of the lap. All seems fairly dignified for this first round, which is quite nice. Let's have a look at the first guy that's on lap now. It's Juan Gutierrez.
Okay, let's see the live timing then.
18.8, so it's not particularly great. We're looking sort of 18.6 from Mike Blast. That's more representative. There's not a lot in that first sector. It's only sort of the first 3 corners. The sector line's after turn 3. Coming down towards turn number 8 now for Juan. Looks fairly solid. Maybe cautious. Let's ride on board through the final part of this lap. What's the best camera to do for this? I think this is quite a good camera. Nah, it's not. You can't see all the corner. Can't see any of them, really. Little wide through turn number 13. Is going to struggle. Final corner for Juan. On the power as early as possible and towards the line.
Mike Blast establishing second sector being the fastest one. 29.588.
6/10 faster than Juan's time, so we should be seeing a time from Juan that isn't particularly what we're going to see towards the top of the times. It's going to be a 1:20.6, I reckon. 22.1. No, that's absolutely awful. He's already going straight away again. Mike Blast over the line, 20.7, much better. Mex Janssen will be next. 21.3. Anybody else on a good lap at the minute? Jens isn't even on a good lap particularly. He's done 29.7 in the middle sector. But he does go P2.
Mike Blast is a torpedo. He's pretty fast. He I think was fighting with Lowy for the records on the most of the tracks. So he seems to be a really fast driver, and it might be a very interesting fight between him, Jens, maybe Max Janssen, and Rubber and Pingu.
And Jack.
So this is
and Jack eventually when Jack returns, he says for round 3.
Yeah, but I'm saying this race. I'm saying
this particular race. Yeah, we definitely know Mike Blast is very good on his 1-lap pace, as you said. He's good with the world. He's fighting Lowy for world records. That's an achievement in itself. That's always something to be proud of. But in the race, that's a whole different matter. You've got strategy to deal with and safety cars, and this is something we haven't seen at all from Mike Blast. We don't know what he's capable of yet. I think this is his first league race in AF. He's done a couple of weekly races to get his league license, and this is his first league race ever in AF.
Jake Filmster had a collision, apparently. He hit his front wing pretty bad, so I think he will be in the pits in a second, according to the live timings.
Yeah, Rubber on a very crazy weaving route going towards turn 8 at the bottom of the hill. I see Joao Guerra is on a very good lap. He's coming towards the final couple of corners. He's done a very good first sector. Second sector is a little bit down, but it should be enough. Towards the top 3. That is Bonavane going to P3. He's been on the edge of being really good in AF3, but that's the only thing we've seen him in so far. This is his first race in AF1 this weekend. He's doing very well. I mean, already doing very well. Bobswell goes to P13, Cameron P17 as my game freezes briefly, but Guerra goes to P3. That is a 21.1.
But not the fastest sector for now, so...
no, I tell you who is on a good lap at the minute, and that is Rob Kinnable. He's on a personal best at the minute. 2/10 in the first sector. Also improving is Bulbasaur, who is just behind this, I think. Yes, Bulbasaur's coming through turn number 5 at the minute.
Jake Filmster is indeed currently in the pit lane.
Thank you, very helpful. Thank you, Ted Kravitz. Max Janssen just purpled the second sector, I noticed, so he's going to be hauled to the final corner. This should be a really good lap from Max Janssen. He is Mike Blast's teammate, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Rapid is the Mike Blast teammate. Yeah.
Oh, Rapid is okay.
Yeah, Max Jansen is wait a second. Robert Knebel, I think. The Belgian guy.
Oh, Max Jansen's with yes, Max Jansen and Rob Kinnable. That's right. Max Jansen goes to P3 at 10th and a half down, so we've got a very tight top of the field here. I'm loving this. Vivor's P6 with a 121.6. Who else is on a good lap at the minute? Mike Glass is making more personal bests, but still no improvement on his overall time. Rubber is done a personal best a couple two sectors. Vivor's had stopped on track. I think he's just finished a lap, so it's not too bad that he's stopped on track. Good to
notice, Max Jansen established... sorry that I interrupted you, but that's Max Jansen, on the previous lap, he established second fastest sector, so it's really interesting. And then Thomas Cameron and Bob Bizarre had a collision together.
Oh, right. Yes, I just see Thomas Cameron stopped on track. I think it was at this is on the exit of turn 1. As Rubber goes to P4, by the way, with 3.5 tenths down on the pole time. It's the top 6 separated by half a second. Is that now 7? Rapidly goes for a 21.3. Not quite as Mike Blast actually makes another improvement. So Pinga Quinn goes to P6. Bonamain stops on track and goes back to the pits. They'll be straight back out. They want to do as many outlaps as possible. Thomas Cameron, actually, we're riding on board with him. He hasn't got enough time to finish his lap, and he's just realised this. There's 1 minute left in this first session. A reminder, because I've completely forgotten, the top 10 qualify for Q2, an 8 minute long session for the shootout of the session. Jens Beitzma purpled the second sector, but he had done
yes.
He does go to the top by a tenth and a half. Jens Beitzma, the old establishment, showing their hand now later on in this session. So it is Beitzma from Mike Blast from Janssen, top 3.
You can still go 7 times faster, as Jack Olivier proved us. You can do 19.9 at least.
Yes.
So we expect some improvement. Jens Beitzma is establishing first sector being the fastest, 18.5.
I think let's switch back to whoever's on the bubble. Charbatron was P11. He was starting a hot lap and he's just gone off. Suriano's improved to P9 now. Vivos is on the bubble. I'm seeing no improvements in drivers behind that, though. So this could be the end of the session, with Vivos being the last person to go through into Q2.
How many drivers goes to Q2? 15? Or
I'm looking at the timings. I'm seeing nobody on personal bests. So this Jake Feemster is on a personal best, actually. He hasn't set a lap yet, so we could see what he can do. He's got a few corners left. He's coming through turn 11 right now. Let's ride on board with him towards the end of the lap. As Guerra improves to P4, but that will make not a blind bit of difference. I think it will affect how the pit boxes are aligned for Q2, but that's not really a big deal. There's only 2 qualifying sessions. We've got a top 10 shootout coming your way in about 5 minutes' time as soon as this session is over. Jake Feemster, last person to the time. He's going to come to the line, which is just underneath the DHL bridge now, and he goes only P23. Aye. So, the top 10 going through to Q2 is Jens Beitzma, Mike Blast, Max Jansen, Joao Guerra, Rubber 9, Bonavain, Pinker Quinn, Rapides, Suriano, and Vivos. Charbatron just missing out by half a tenth of a second.
Yes, this is what I was going to say. Like, he was so close to get that, but you know, it's not the lost cause. It's still the long race, and I think, if not turn 1, then possibly hairpin and the section starting with the Dunlop turn. It will be something where he can, you know, kind of count for some demise.
Oh, I just want to correct you there. I just want to butt in there. Sorry, Bulbasaur has just gone P10, so Vivos has just been knocked out. I don't know where Bulbasaur's lap came from, but that was incredible. Bulbasaur has just knocked Vivos out of quali at the very last second. It was the last drive over the line. But I will.
100.
Yes, I will give a lot of credit. I'll give a lot of credit to how close the field is this season. The top 21 drivers separated by 2 seconds around quite a difficult track. This is this could be a really close season. A lot of fights for points in this race, in this season, which is awesome to see.
What do you think about the bus strategy? Do you think the guys from the back will be trying to push very hard, or they will save it and just count for some safety cars, and then, you know, like people like Vivos, they are fast. Our Charbatron, they are fast, but they are not in the top 10, so they, you know, they will need to get through the whole field. What do you think about it?
Tire wear is standard. It's 2 times for everybody. There's only only one compound. So tire strategy is sort of based on how long can you last on those tires. You might choose to go a bit conservative and see how long you can make those tires last and push on a second set later on, or you could push early on. I would say in a race like this, you'd be having some early safety cars, which means you won't see the sort of situation we saw last season where we having a lot of people taking early pit stops under those safety cars to get their mandatory pit stop out of the way, use both compounds, and maybe go to the end on primes. So I reckon we'll see a lot more conservation in the first part of the race, and then push harder towards the end of the race with a second set of tyres. But again, it all depends on those safety cars as to how much they need to conserve.
How many safety cars there be? Which
That's a good question.
I think 3.
I was going to say 3 as well, so I'm going to have to counter and say 2. I'm going to counter and say 2.
Yeah, maybe 2, but it's like I think 2 at the beginning, and then there will be like 2 laps of kind of cool down, and then somebody will just make another demise. This is what I feel.
I say having those safety cars all depends on how hot those tires are going to be coming down to turn 1 on a safety car restart.
Yeah, that's one thing.
The tires, if you don't weave enough, they will be cold, and even with the weaving, you got a 0.9 miles straight ahead of you at the restart. They're going to be cold by the time you get to turn 1. It's going to take a while to heat them up.
I'm a bit scared about weaving from the Wolf Team Racing.
Maybe let's not single out certain people.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, that's not very professional, but this is I'm just like predicting some things which can happen, so you never know. We had some demises under the safety car. So we might see it. But yeah, let's not point out single people. Let's focus on the whole race, and the whole race is looking pretty interesting. Can you just tell me, Josh, what are we doing now? We are waiting for Q2, right?
We're waiting for Q2 to start, yes. So I will say I'm running on 648p because my internet isn't very stable. I had severe issues in AF4 Imola a few weeks ago, so I'm dropping to this until I get stable internet.
If we will have the same problems following week, I can be like do the mainstream for that one, and then you will just like join or something, so your internet won't be suffering that much, at least for the next race.
I mean, it's stable. It seems to have stabilized now. But I don't want to risk it and boost it up. I don't want to risk it.
It's very unusual resolution. 648.
I think I just went yeet on a slider and just took it down.
Okay. So imagine, just move.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
No, just move 6 on the second place and just decrease it by 1, so it will be 458p.
And that's the end of Mosquito. Goodbye, Mosquito.
Oh, but no, just leave me here, man. I'm just doing my best.
The Q2 is underway. I had no idea. Thanks for telling us, Race Control. I did say to DM, but anyway, let's get Q2 underway. 8-minute session again. I'm assuming it'll be restarted once everyone is in again. So we just gotta.
Yeah,
wait. I don't know why. It's not been properly set up because it's still set to 34 people in the session, and it could just be done with the 10 that are. Or the 9 that are supposed to be in it, but I need to teach people how to do race weekends properly. But that's for next week.
Amateurs. Yeah. So if you will be ready, just some stream for me. Just reminding you.
I will forget that all season long if I have to do it all season long. But there's your stream.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be reminding.
Not even in the session yet, so you haven't missed anything. Last few cars joining. I tell you, it's a good thing Jack's not here today for this race because he's saying his internet is so bad. Either that or that's my stream's just bad and it looks like your internet's bad, but it's mine.
We will never know. Okay, so Vivolves is singing Jens, 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 Super Jens. I won't be trying to sing because...
Do it properly.
Yeah.
Jens,
No,
Jens,
I cannot.
Jens, super,
No,
Jens,
I can
Jens,
scream.
super, super. We're not going to get copyrighted for it, are we? No music, and it's me singing different lyrics. The only common lyric is super.
Super.
So, still waiting on, I think that's 2 more drivers to join. There's Bonavane, so 1 left, and then we'll be able to restart the session. We've got Betzman, we've got Pinkerquin, we've got Rubber, Janssen, Bulbasaur, Mike Blast, Soriano, Rapidi, Bonavane, and I forget who the other one is.
Who should be joining? I have some screen.
Guerra. It's Guerra.
Oh,
That's the person we're missing.
Yes, it is.
I hope there's enough of a time. I hope there's enough time between for the race to start. Like 3 or 5 minutes, not 1 minute.
Why Joao is not joining? That's the thing. It's 4 minutes.
Because it takes a bit long. It takes quite long for Brazilian internet to catch up, but we'll get there.
Okay. Yeah. It's so far.
He was able to join in the first 8-minute session. I don't see why he can't join in the second 8-minute session. Just waiting for him to get in.
But the session will be like restarted, right? For the.
Oh yeah, of course. It's ridiculous to say. Yeah.
Hello, Vivolves here. Oh, Josh, I don't know if you noticed, 30 people watching.
I got 28 here, but that's excellent. Thank you everyone for joining. It's just going to be a really good race when we get to it eventually.
I think half of the people watching here are the people who just dropped off Q1.
That's true. Yeah, that could well be true.
It was a
but
thing
they're more than welcome anyway. And if you just want to sort of leave it on in the background while you race, that would be great too. Just keep the numbers up. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll be checking some numbers. I'll be, your reminder what is going on. I will check some sectors, some people on the stream, and some interactions with the people. Oh, Pingu is doing some proper drifts. I can see.
So we're still waiting. There's 3 minutes left in this version of the session that isn't real. Where's Joao?
I don't know. He's maybe planning some super tactics. He's waiting for people to get tired doing this fake qualifying session, and then he'll join fresh and powerful and take pole position. I don't know. He might have some problems, or maybe he just went away and just forgot that he will be in the Q2. I don't know. Like, it is possible for people not knowing that we have 2 qualifying sessions in AF3. I think Zimbabwe didn't know that we have second race, and he just left at the beginning of the second race.
Right now, to find which one Joao is in this whole list of people that aren't. It's not helpful. So many people call themselves King Tifi. It doesn't help.
His name is the worst like ever. But he's not on the Discord apparently. I think.
Okay, so we might have lost Joao then. And this might be the actual session. In which case, Mike Blast has a quick switch here. Mike Blast has got 2 tenths over Jens Bates, but Max Janssen is really close behind. As Bonavane just joined this field, he's gone into P4, but he's half a second off the top of the times. Jens Bates goes to pole position by 0.03 of a second. Let's take a look at Rapidi. Oh, that's it. Worst luck in the world, Joao. Oh, he isn't even. Yeah, he's not in the. He's not in the Discord, so I think his internet might have died. Matthew Suriano's on a personal best. We'll take a look at him in a second. We'll take a look at him as he's coming towards the final corner.
Vivos is apparently saying that he was dropped, but I will say no, you are not dropped. It's just Josh who showed me your onboard, and I just cursed you. That's the thing. No, I didn't, but I can take all the pain of people. I'll be the AF Jesus.
Suriano improves, goes P8. Rapidi improves, goes P4. He's got no time to set another lap. There's 45 seconds left in the session. Max Janssen, he's got a really good second sector under his belt. Can he get any closer to pole position?
Let's see.
He does improve, but he stays P3 at 1 minute 20.726. That is only 16 thousandths slower than Jens Basement. There's only a couple of people on a lap at the minute. They've timed it rather badly, I think. Pink and Queen is on a lap at the minute. He's coming towards turn number 13.
I just want to clarify. Red time on the live timing is cut, right? Or
yes.
And the kind of yellowish orange is like not improving.
Slow. Pink and Queen spins on the final corner. He's not going to improve in P7.
Oh.
Only Rubber 9, who hasn't set a lap yet, can improve. It's going to be his only lap. Rapidly will be P4, I think that was. Rubber goes to P8. That is P8 for Rubber 9. So it is Mike Blast that takes pole position in AF1 in his first race in AF1. Jens Basement is alongside him on the front row. Then we have Mexa Janssen in P3. Then Bonnevane.
Is Bonnevane still doing a lap? I think.
Rapidi P4, Bonnevane P5, Bulbasaur P6. Then Pink and Queen, Rubber 9, Suriano P9.
Yeah, I think Bonnevane is still on the lap.
Bonnevane's on a lap. Is he on a good lap at the minute?
Yeah, it is.
He's purple the second. I've called this too early. I thought I didn't see Bonnevane was on a good lap. I've done this again. Bonnevane is on a really good lap. He's done a green first sector and a purple second sector. That was really on the edge of the exit curbs at turn 13. Final corner, turn 14. On the power nice and early. Down towards the line. Is this going to be enough? He needs to find 6.5 tenths to go to pole position. I think third sector is where most of his time was lost on his best lap so far.
Is it?
To the line now for Bonnevane. Will he go on pole? No, he won't. He stays P4. He just significantly improved. Bensma goes to pole. Bensma goes to pole by 3.5 hundredths of a second. It's just switched over right then. He was right behind Mike Blast. Jens Basma starts on pole position. Mike Blast will be second. Janssen third. Bonnevane fourth. Then Rapidi P5. Bulbasaur sixth. Pink and Quinn 7th, Rubber 9 8th, and Matthias Suriano will start P9.
Jack apparently said that Jens wasn't practicing that much on the track, so he is not thinking he might win, but he pulled off very good lap.
Very funny.
Okay.
We might already lose Eppley due to a parental related session.
Ooh.
Parental related issue.
We have freaking TVs. Apparently. But at least okay, so Joao is back apparently, but he didn't participate in the session, so he will be P10, I think, right?
Yes, if everything works correctly on the server, he should be starting P10.
That's amazing. Still, like, even if he's missing, top positions, seeing him in the top 10 will give us very good entertainment. He seems to be pretty fast, although sometimes reckless, but still...
Wow, you are not afraid to shit on the drivers, are you?
No, I am just honest. I just, I can say everything what I do terribly, and also I can see what others just do not so good, but I can also see like there's strong things. Like Joao always says that he has a very, very interesting way of driving. He says that he has a very unique way of taking corners, whatever it means, but apparently some drivers are just surprised that he is taking the corners in different way than they are doing, so he might find some time or like unique lines throughout the race to just follow, attack, and defend himself. But he sometimes is like overall too aggressive, so it might also cause some demands. It's kind of like the Verstappen case, right? So very good pace, very good driving style, but sometimes being aggressive is not really paying off. So we might see how he is going to do it. Mike Blast is also going to be an interesting case. It's his first full race here in the F1 also. It
is well founded, of course, that he's got a good hot lap pace, as that definitely proved. He finished P2.
Yeah, but what about the strategy, right? Especially when you have like so many factors: no refueling, mandatory tire pit stop, and the push to pass.
Push to pass. This is the big question mark. How will push to pass affect things? How will strategy affect things? How will Mike Blast do in his first race? We don't know anything about how his race pace is.
It's
We're
pretty
in for a
effective.
real treat over the next sort of 45 minutes.
It's pretty effective at the start, I think. We did like the testing race at the Singapore track as a weekly, and I was participating there. I'm very shit with the open wheelers, terribly slow. But despite having very slow start, I just used push to pass at the beginning of the race, and I was able to catch up pretty quickly to the whole pack of the drivers fighting. So it might be a strategy for some drivers just to use it at the start, kind of like the curse system in the F1 games and stuff like this. You just use it at the start just to give yourself enough of momentum, and then trying to be in the heart of an action. Sometimes it's not really good because if you are in the heart of action, you can just die. Like in AF3, if you just go into the heat, you might be taken out by some cars just braking earlier or just doing some erratic maneuvers. So we might see a really good spectacle. How's the session though?
You could have delayed a little bit longer. We're not quite ready just yet.
Okay, so I will do some talking if it's needed.
You're good at that.
This is what
You're very good at that. It's very helpful right now.
Okay, so so yeah, apparently, the whole thing with the start, it's some drivers will probably prefer to start as fast as they can, but as we know from the previous races or other leagues, sometimes you just want to stay out of the trouble, just maybe lift a bit at the T1, just wait until the carnage will appear, and then take as much as you can. For example, Tokansipa race in AF3. We had some problems with race control. So apparently there was no safety car. So if you just messed up the first corner, your race could end pretty well. And I was the victim of it in the first race. But in the second race, I just played it cool. I just kept more safe line. And apparently 5 people just died in the T1. So drivers like slower drivers, let's say, or maybe underdogs, like Trader Joe, maybe Shiny Waffles, like people being doing very hard work, but also not being quite on pace with the others. They can just play it cool on the start, and they might have a very good follow up in the rest of the race. Maybe there won't be a safety car, but free cars will be off. If the free cars will be off, there will be no safety car at all. So it is also a scenario when they just can get some free positions. We never know. We never had a proper race in those cars on the proper circuits. So, oh yes,
you can now breathe.
Yeah, don't worry. I am a rap god, maybe not as mythic, but I try. But basically, what I was trying to finish here is we don't know how the racing will turn out in this particular car and track combo. In previous season, it was quite impressive. We had F1 car, Renault R25, and that car was a beast to handle. You needed to be very gentle. It was pretty fast.
No shit,
But not
Sherlock.
it's 30 kilometers faster than this one, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. But we are in for a treat right now. We have all my cars are loaded in, so we should be getting into the session now.
Oh, the session. Yes.
Here we go.
Hello.
There we are. And we are almost ready. Was that quite far forward? 10-second penalty for Jens Batesma for being out of position on the grid. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. No,
I think all of the drivers might be actually. Yeah, okay, they all are. So nobody gets a penalty because everybody's doing it wrong.
Yeah, it's let's blame the track creator, or maybe Polly. He didn't do the grid for this track, but blaming some stuff is always good.
Okay, this spot I need to do something cinematic, so bear with me a second while I get this ready. Here we go.
Is that our dramatic music? Like
it's not dramatic, but you want to go ahead and do some sort of dramatic music in the background quite quietly while I stick on the all the stuff.
Yeah, just imagine not getting copyrights. We'll go like Ta ta da 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 ta 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 da da ta ta ta.
Welcome one and all then to the Shizuoka AFGP round 1 of the new season of AF1. This is season 9 and we're using the RSS Formula Supreme. We have about 28 cars on the grid ready to take on 32 laps of this Fuji Speedway track. 14 corners await the drivers, starting off with turn number 1. We've got no standings to show because, well, no one's done a race yet. But here's the expected weather conditions for today's race. I say expected, it's almost guaranteed to be that because we set it ourselves. Heavy clouds, basically British without the rain. 14 degrees air temperature, 19 degrees track temperature, and a light wind of 3 kilometers per hour that should produce a crosswind on the front straight slightly. Let's take it through the grid then with 1 minute and a half left in this session before the start of the race.
Okay.
Jens Batesman starts on pole position alongside Mike Blass on the front row. Then we have Max Janssen and João on row 2. Bonavane and Rubber 9 on row 3. Somebody is on row 4 alongside Bulbasaur. Then we have Pingu Quinn and Mattia Suriano on row 5. V-Wolfs just pipped in Q1. We'll start P11 alongside Charbatron. Then we have Prodisi and Ruben Andrade.
I think it was Rapide who was missing.
Yes, Rapide has just joined in there. Mess me up. It's row 7. Row 8, Juan Gutierrez alongside somebody, I think is Fern. Then Daniel Ricciardo and Matty Labiak, Thomas Cameron, Trader Joe, Robbie Kinnable, Daniel Wolf, Jake Feemster, Romanesh, then Fern, Pepper Cappy, Shiny Waffles, Imran Shaikh. Mythic doesn't know how to use auto start system. He's rolling his wheels to the back of the grid. And we are 30 seconds away from the start of Fuji. Who's going to go into turn 1 first? Nah, good answer. I'm asking you, what are your expectations here?
It's Jens is a beast. Jens is a pretty.
Okay, so your answer is Jens. We have 15 seconds away, so here we go. To the lights.
I think Max Janssen might be having a good chance.
All 6 lights are on. Shut up now. All 6 lights are on. And we go green in Fuji. That's a really good start from one of the fast sim racing cars at the back of the grid. But towards the front of the grid, it's a fairly even start. One of the cars behind is trying to get past. That's P3, and my internet decides to die at that exact moment. Mike Blass goes into turn 1 in the lead. Jens Batesma goes in second. I think it was a wheel bang between him and Jens Batesma. It's 3 wide going towards turn number 3. Batesma down the inside. Mike Blass has got out of third. Max Janssen's got the outside line coming towards turn 4. He's going to take the lead. Max Janssen leads this race. Jens Batesma goes straight around the outside. No, Max Janssen goes for it. Mike Blass down the inside into turn 5. Jens has got second place.
Outside line.
Yeah, second outside line. Jens has got P2. This isn't working at the minute.
Yeah, this is pretty intense, but I was like focused on that.
Whoa!
Oh, what?
Why did the session restart? Who do I need to kill? Who do I need to kill? That was an amazing start. It's just been ruined. What the hell?
You killed your voice. I was trying just to say that at the back there was like huge chant, Fern and Ruben and that they had some collision and they just hit the wall, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, from what I'm understanding from the game chat, it has been a miscommunication from race control saying that there should have been a formation lap. The entire grid did a standing start and there should have been a formation lap because João Guerra is not in position.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, yeah.
That's absolutely crazy. I was trying to do some screaming and it was going so fast and then, the session just disappeared.
We're going to have a formation lap, and I think that means a standing start as well, which is the first time since AF1 Season 5 Kyle Lamy that we've had to do a standing start. But no, maybe even Spa, actually. We had to do a rolling formation lap and a standing start.
The grid was not put on the normal place, so as it was endurance.
It was a standing start. We did a formation lap and then a standing start. We've never done that. We haven't done that since Season 5. That was a rolling start in Portimao.
Do you think it's gonna work after the formation lap? Because
and Mythic has Colombian internet.
Perfect. Welcome to Colombia, where all the possibilities are not possible because of the government. And we are banned.
And we're banned. Thank you very much, Mosquito.
You just wanted my humor here, so I'm just bringing the whole big guns here as top 3 apparently, because we know Jens can do a good start, but Mike Blast can also do some blasts and just disappear. So yeah, what I was going to say, I'm counting on Jens on starting, but then basically Mike Blast is pretty solid, and Max Jansen can also, you know, he can use some opportunity from those two fighting. You know, it's like I don't know how it's in English, but in Polish we have saying where two guys are fighting, then the third one is having benefits of it. So basically we can basically see it here.
Are you about to speak Polish?
Can I say you want me to speak Polish?
If you can, I suppose. Yeah, go for it. Why not?
Gdzie dwóch się bije, tam trzeci korzysta. Yes, this is the.
Oh, yeah, I think Ross just posted it in there. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I can't do it. I tried to do it. You just got to sort of dive into it. I just can't do it because I don't know Polish well enough.
Gdzie dwóch się bije, tam trzeci korzysta.
Nope.
No, okay. So basically, gdzie means where.
Gdzie,
means
gdzie? Is that right? Gdzie?
Gdzie, yeah. So it's where.
Wenn zwei sich streiten, freut sich der Dritte. I know that one. I can do that one.
Okay, so it's apparently German. Yeah.
Is it a German saying? Is it?
Yeah.
Or is it just? Okay, Polish.
We borrow some stuff. Like it's apparently Polish is a mixture also from few words from like French culture. Like the whole Polish language is you know, consisted of the like stuff about the you know, buildings, the town center and stuff like this. We had a lot of words from the German language because Germans were building cities in Poland. History lesson.
Okay, I
1 minute to go.
1 minute left, so I think we'll leave it there. Right, as I understand, we have 27 drivers on this field. I'd like to apologise now. Mythic isn't in the session yet, he isn't now. I'd like to apologise for the technical difficulties we're having this weekend. As I said earlier, I promise you that we will sort this for next week, so it's a bit, so it is much more clean and much more smooth, and everything works. Mythic's teleported the bits. That's a good sign.
And maybe I'll be on the server in the next session.
I believe we still have a gap in the field that is somewhere like P14. But we're 20 seconds away from the lights for a rolling for a formation lap. It is. I do not know if it is a formation lap to a standing start or a rolling start, but we do head to the lights. It is my understanding.
Will be more convenient.
The first thing we'll see is João dropping back to 10th place. We have lights. We have revs for some reason for a formation start.
Away we go.
Oh, okay, we're doing it properly. Okay, we're doing it properly. So much for the formation lap then. Jens Spaceman gets away well. It's an even start between him and Mike Blast coming towards turn 1. He's got a bit cautiously. It's forced Bonavane to check up.
Vivos is off. Vivos is off the track.
I see Vivos is off. We've got 5. There's a huge pile up at the back. That'll be a safety car, almost certainly. I see a couple of Gutierrez and Studiano involved in that. Sharpatron and Pro DZ. Arda was involved in that. Daniel Ricciardo as well. And Fern, who's just gone off on his own. Coming towards turn number 2.
Oh, that's...
But so we are going to get a formation lap anyway because it's going to be a safety car that's getting us underway. But the leader of the race, Jens Batesma. Mike Blast is second, Janssen third, Guerra fourth, Rapidi fifth.
Just wonder what the drivers are thinking about Joao being P4, as he got like very free position and then he just...
I think they're all gonna not care because they just want to get some racing underway at this point.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents on this one. Which sucks. I mean, Joao probably would have gotten somewhere around P40 if he was able to join, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
That might be the other situation here, but we'll see how it plays out.
There will be the very common theme of this season, I think, will be fight between Mike Blast, Jens, and Rapidi and Jack Oliver. I think.
And Max Jansen, I'd say. Max Jansen's definitely in this from what we saw after the first race start.
Yes, but I'm just speaking about like the teams because I think Rapidi and Mike Blas, they were pretty confident about being better than Jack and Jens. They are not in the same teams actually, but still they even asked them to be in the same team, Jack and Jens, because they really wanted to beat them. So it will be interesting if they will be able to beat them individually on the track. Also,
we're not getting a safety car; it's a virtual safety car because Mythic hasn't come out the pits, and it should be a safety car. We've had a crash behind. Are we green?
Yeah, we green.
Oh, for God's sake! We've got a huge shunt already. It's all chaos, and that includes around here because I've got no idea what's going on. It's carnage on all ends. I think it was Bonavane who's just dropped right back. Bonavane and Bulbasaur came together, I think, because they've dropped back to P17.
We have some two-eyed situation. I think it is it Andrade and Peppa Capi? I think so. There was some overtaken. Peppa Capi currently used some.
We've had a lot of swifts through the field. Daniel Wolf has crashed at T5. He's gone off, and so has, I think that's Pro DZ as well. But Bateman leads, Mike Blast second. Vivos has jumped into P4 already ahead of Pika Quinn. Treader Joe has spun off. There's a huge pile-up, I think. I don't. Oh. Yeah, that is a huge pile-up when my internet recovers. Down at T10, and that's Gutierrez is involved in that as well. So we are under another safety car. Any ideas?
Yeah. Wait a second. Okay, I think there is a safety car. I can see some reduce of speed on the track.
Yeah, oh, it's absolutely a virtual safety. It's absolutely a safety car, but I think it's a virtual safety car. Are we going to get going straight away again? I think we might do, because most of the field
is trying to catch up the field. He's currently on the hairpin corner. In the yellow map, it will be turn 6, I think, right? Of turn 5. Turn 5, yeah. Okay, so he's currently approaching the turn 8. Okay, so we have some lags, but he has a long way to go. I don't think they will be starting now.
No. They're already at turn 1. The first car has now pitted in AF1 Season 9. That is Juan Gutierrez. He's the first one to pit, which would make sense. He's at the back of the field. So he's not going to lose anything by making a pit stop.
Oh, Prodisi had some crash with Fern.
That's what I understand from this. Fern and Prodisi came together. Gutierrez was involved as well. Along with many of the cars at the back of the field, including Bulbasaur, I think, involved as well.
Moment, right now.
Oh, just now? Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
I got the notification on the live timing that they collided, so it's pretty interesting.
How many TV cameras are there? There we go, 4. Let's just stick with 4 for the rest of this race. That's the widest angle we've got, which is about all the information we need for this race. When it eventually gets going, Suriano's just gone completely deep into there, and there's a bit of a...
and Prodisi are having another collision.
Yeah, I've got it on here now. It's 3 wide into turn 5 under a safety car, which is a bit absurd.
What are you doing? This is absolutely crazy.
This is common. It is just a pile-up. A concertina into turn 5. It happens into these slow corners when there's no warning coming up, and they're doing the same again, coming into this really slow corner. All the cars are getting really close together because they can't get much further apart. You know, if I just leave an F7 camera up here, you'll see the carnage.
To mention some strategic usage of push to pass. Peppa Capi and Bonavane.
Whoa! Hello, Jake Feemster just decided I'm just going to yeet across here. What on earth is Jake Feemster doing? Is he unlapping himself? I think he is unlapping himself.
Is it allowed?
I would say so. I mean, we're running on a virtual safety car because Mythic can't be bothered to drive.
Yeah, he is.
But we will look at where Jens Bateman is. This should mean, based on the fact that Feemster is coming through the field, we'll be getting another lap under the safety car.
So what I was saying, Peppa Capi and Bonavane used 1 push to pass at the start. They're currently on 9, and I think they are both in the same team, right? Or they were in the AF 2000. I don't know if they are here. I just need to remind myself because it's still a new season.
Bonavane is driving for Fat Simracing, and Peppa Capi is reserve, I think. No, he's new racing development.
New
racing development.
Yeah. I just like mistaken Peppa Cappy with shiny waffles for some reason.
Lots of crazy weaving down the straight.
Ruben Andrade is dropping positions. Is he in the pits?
He is in the pit lane, yes, and so is Daniel Wolf. They're both in the pit lane.
That's interesting.
Lap 4 of 32. Another. Oh, well, what's happened to Jens? He's just dropped 2 positions to Mike Blast and Joao. Why has that happened? Did he go off? I'm wondering if he went off track there. Any ideas?
Maybe he went off track. Or
That's the only thing. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe there was some confusion at the start, and
I said this wasn't a race start. There was no indication of a race start. So my assumption is Jens has gone off the track, and both of the top 2, or is now the top 2, have just gone. Thank you very much. I'll have that place.
Yeah, it might be one thing, but what I was saying more about like at the actual race start. Maybe there was something when the safety car occurred, and they were not sure if he is. We got a crash
Peppa Cappy we got a crash Peppa Cappy at turn 5. He's dropped a few places back. He's P16 now. He's gonna have to be stuck in that position.
It might be a tough one for Peppa Cappy. He had a lot of. Oh, that was a close one. He had a lot of very close calls and spins in the AF2000. He didn't finish that one, but you know, it might be also a very good one for him. He's missing 1 position in the points, and he is currently following Shiny Waffles. It's gonna be interesting. Shiny Waffles is having his 2nd season in AF1. Peppa Cappy is having his debut, so we might see how it is going on. Joao Vicente Guerra is currently P2, which is quite fortunate for him after him missing the 2nd qualifying session.
Yes, and we are heading to what should be a restart now. Bonavane has gone off at the exit of turn 13. I think that's a spin for him. He's facing backwards. So he's going to drop to the back of the field as we come towards a restart. That's the worst possible time to restart. But we will be underway shortly. As you can see from most of the field not weaving. They're waiting for the green flag from the race control. Can happen everywhere between the pit entry and the start-finish line under the DHL bridge. So we're ready to go.
Joao is quite close. It's not 2 car gaps, I think. Most of the drivers.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Green flag is out now as the start-finish line is over. So I think Mythic's just decided to do it on the start-finish line. Joao goes to the outside now. Mike Blast goes defensive, goes to the inside. Guerra fails to take the position and is under pressure now from Jens. Oh, I think I saw cars in the air behind. Shiny Waffles was involved in that as well. And a lot of the field behind that, so we're going to be under a 2nd safety car, surely.
Yes, Betsma using the push-to-pass system right now, being P3 currently. Let's.
Oh, come on, internet! Come on, internet! Save me! This is ridiculous.
Don't worry, it's good enough.
This is shocking, internet. But as Matty Layback side by side with with Imran Shaikh coming down towards the turn 8, 9, 10 chicane. He's got the outside line. He's closing the door on the inside. Job done. P8 for Matty Layback. Mex Janssen's past Pingu Quinn for P5. Coming through turn 10. Defending from Rapidi already is Pingu Quinn. As Webber and Nesh switch positions.
On the cooldown mode after the push to pass.
So is Jens Batesma. He's already used one.
Yeah.
He's got the run on Joao Guerra. We've already got retirement in the form of Thomas Cameron. Onto the front straight we go. We've got a crash, Gutierrez and Trader Joe. We're going to watch this because it's going to be an overtake. Pingu Quinn, Rapidi, Layback all be using their push to pass behind this battle for P2. Jens to the inside. Meanwhile, Janssen's past Vivos for P4. I'm going to switch again because Jens is still on the inside. It's not over yet. It is now. Jens has got P2 over Guerra.
Yeah, that was pretty clean textbook overtake.
I saw a little off-track FBS Janssen on the exit of turn 1, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Oh, I forgot to turn Mosquito up. Oops.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be screaming more.
There we go.
Yeah, so apparently Vivovs is having a really good,
He's dropped 4 places. No, he's not having a good record. He's having a bad day.
Like 11th, I think.
Yes.
So
Pro DZ and Fern down the switching positions for P13 and P12. And actually, Pro DZ decides now I'm not going to follow the track. That's Pro DZ. He's not following the track there. He's decided to go off. Into the hairpin we go. Side by side ahead, Bulbasaur and Kinnable. The 2 Belgians. Oh, very close together.
Cameron leaving the pit lane right now. Roman Nash collided with Charbatron.
Focus towards the front. Focus further towards the front.
Yeah, no. We're just checking the left timing right now. Okay, so between Jens Betsma and Joao is still 1 second, so they will go for a move. And currently we are with the Prodigy fighting with the Rapid.
Rapid has spun! Rapid has spun on the exit of the final corner!
Oh, this is the painful
He's stuck there, he can't move! He can't move because there's cars coming past him at full speed. Nothing he can do, that's him out of this. Down to the back of the field, Joao Guerra is dropping back now from Jens. A few people...
I think.
It just did, yes, but that's all gone now, and it's made no difference whatsoever. Matthew Suriano coming towards the end of his, he comes down towards turn 1. Maybe a late move on Nesh is on the cards. Has to go across the apex, a little bit screwily there on the exit, but he's got away with it. But no position change, and he stays just outside the points for P16. Gutierrez and Shadow off the switching position. Bulbasaur and Shaik side by side through turn 4. Shaik looks a bit... Oh, he has crashed! I thought he looked a bit off. Oh! He looked a bit squirrely on exit 4, and he has spun. Huge crash for Robbie Kinnable. Was that Bulbasaur rather? My mistake.
Yeah.
That's Bulbasaur that has crashed. That's one more Rubber 9 who's started to get past Pro DZ. This is P12. Pro DZ's recovered very well from his off moment earlier. Has he got a car on the inside in the form of Sharbatron? No, he hasn't. He will do in a second, though, because he's got a bad run out of turn 9 and 9. Up the hill we go. Into this twisting final sector. Daniel Wolf has crashed behind...
Roman Nash is overtaking Mattia Suriano. They are switching positions right now. They are behind Sharbatron, and I think, no, they are like 2 seconds off. Okay, so it's still not enough for Suriano to catch up. Balbatron is still less than a half of a second in this moment, so he will probably go for a move on Rubber on the first corner.
Target car 9 activation. This is going to be a move for Sharbatron down the inside of Rubber 9 into turn number 1. It was, it looked like it, but he's not going to make it this time.
Not a move this time, but I think. Can you just look at Joao? He's still pretty close. He's 1 second.
It's 1.3. I'm going to look at something closer like this. Bulbasaur on Fern. P10 is the battle here.
Maybe. He was 7
just yet. This is much closer. Bulbasaur's got the inside. Are you even watching the stream? Down the inside.
Yeah, I'm watching. And there's also Bonnevein, 3/10 off of Trader Joe. This is also a
that's for P19.
I know, but
I will look at Robert Kinnable though. He's down the inside of him. Man, trying to get to turn number 10, turn number 8.
Oh.
Dunn can Shaik switch back? Not quite. Maybe we turn 11 and dive bomb. No, not going to happen there. Any move change behind. All there is, it's all changing hands as Fern goes off the track. There's a huge, about 5-6 cars involved in that. But I think we might get away without a safety car because everyone was still going in the right direction at the end of it. A couple of drivers usually push the pass on this straight. We're only on lap 8 of 32. You want to be saving that for a bit longer. I think my conservation prediction is completely wrong. But it's going to be pandemonium towards turn 1 as that is Fern that spun on the exit.
It's Fern? Yeah, it is Fern. It is Fern. He was trying to go for a very opportunistic move, taking the position from Mattia Suriano, but it didn't work and he spun. And currently we are with Bulbasaur on
Patron, Pro DZ, Rubber, all ahead, 3 wide coming into turn 1, Rubber to Pro DZ, crash! Bulbasaur's got the inside line of the 3 on the 2 of them, it's side by side with the lump. Down the hill we go. Oh, I thought it was Rubber out of the race there. No, it wasn't. It's just my internet playing up again. Bulbasaur on the back of a lot of cars. He almost hit Pro DZ again and nearly hit Matthew Suriano on the exit of turn number 3.
Pro DZ is still keeping their both drivers away, but Bulbasaur is going for a move and taking the position, I think, from Suriano, or is this your internet?
He's just lost it. He's just lost the position to Suriano there. Suriano takes P13, but he's going to take it back. Surely it's Bulbasaur. Goes to the outside line for turn 8. You know. I can see that.
Yeah, I have some lag, so it's hard to follow. I just try to do my best. As Fern and Trader Joyce are switching positions, so is Manuel Gutierrez and Bonnevein. But they are, at the back, P17, P18, and P19 and P20. So
let's take a look at
let's focus on the front.
Let's take a look at Matty Layback. He's on the back of Vivos. He's about 8/10 per second. He's not going to use any push to pass, but Vivos hasn't used a single push to pass in this race. Neither has Mike Blast. There's a slow car on the right. That'd be a driver getting out of the way in the form of Thomas Cameron, currently P27 and last in this race.
There's 5 for P13, Mattia Suriano, Bulbasaur. Suriano is pretty close.
Yes, let's get back to get back to the melee. Don't want to see the driver's eye. I want to see this. Here we go. Side by side up ahead, we see Rubber 9 and Pro DZ going side by side again. Both godlike drivers in this community. We haven't seen much of what Pro DZ can do though in terms of a race. This is our first sign. He's not bad at all. He's doing pretty well. Fighting up there with the best of them. Granted, it's a P11, but this Rubber 9 is still a very highly ranked member. Down the inside into turn number 5. Can Rubber respond? Yes, he does. He's got the inside line. Switchback is done. Chops the nose off of ProDZ, and down towards turn number 8 we go. For another opportunity. ProDZ's got a much better run. Doesn't make the move, or does he? It is a punt. He's punted Rubber. Across the grass. Okay, ProDZ's going to go across the grass instead rather than rejoining in front of Bulbasaur and Soriano. So ProDZ rejoins P15. That's a fair call there. That was a fair call there.
Very close one.
Yeah. For the last set of points, ProDZ is now got Ricardo and Bonavane on the back of him. Bonavane qualified highly. He should be further up than this. But a couple of early crashes has sent him to the back of the field and in a recovery drive. We got 5 cars in a row all doing up. We've got a push to pass train here. This is great. Rubber's already run out of his. Bob's already used his. Everybody's out of it. So who's going to make a lunge? Anybody at all? No, nobody's close enough this time. No moves there.
ProDZ is getting closer and closer. I think he was braking much later than Romanesh.
Yeah, so Gutierrez had a look there. The gap in the lead is closing to within a second now, coming to in through turn 8.
Is it time for the second push to pass? Do you think so or not?
I would go through the second one now. You've got 10 to use, so I'd start using them now. He's waited 10 laps. He's got 20 laps to use 10. Romanesh has spun off at turn number 5. I'm suspecting a collision based on the number of cars that are going past him. But he's rejoined nice and safely. Trader generally loses it behind.
We can see some...
As Ricardo takes a move on ProDZ, coming down towards turn number 8. Oh, just enough of cars width left. That's brilliantly done. ProDZ takes P14. Ricardo's in the points at the minute. Bonavane just behind, ready to deny that. 7 tenths faster was the lead. 7 tenths faster was Batesma over Mike Blast in the lead battle. It's down to half a second. We're going to watch that in just a second after this melee is finished. As Bonavane takes... Oh, no! Oh, it's gone. There's 4 cars involved there. There's 4 cars involved.
Oh.
That was a case of Ricardo turning in while Juan was on the inside. They both spin off, and it's just, of course, a roadblock with 2 other cars. Are we going to see a safety car? We should have seen a safety car. There were 4 cars involved. Mythic, if you're listening to this, bring out a safety car.
In the meantime, Jens Besma is 6 tenths off Mike Blast. They are still racing, no safety car at all. So Jens is just trying to use the opportunity while he can. There's no safety car.
Rapidy's just briefly lost 2 places to Andrade and Wolf. I'm going to switch to Sharpatron, who's in a battle with Imran Shaikh. This is for P9. Excellent switchback through turn 5. And away we go down towards turn number 8. They're still going to be side by side. It's a drag race. V-Wolfs has crashed at T8.
Oh, that's so unfortunate for the Dutch driver.
Side by side, this is such clean racing between these two as well. It's really a high quality of racing, I think, today. The top 3 all using their push to pass. Jens Bates was using it just in time, but Mike Blast has got a little bit more. Another 10.5 a second was Jens Bates faster than Mike Blast on that lap. Not quite enough. This is where the melee begins. Drow's going to want to look to get into this a little bit later on. He's 4 seconds back from the lead at the minute. What's positions now?
Taking much wider line in the 2-1 than Mike Blast, I think. He is trying to keep as much momentum as he can, and it's 4 tenths off. Oh, he's getting closer! Yes, it's actually, he was... Okay,
that is probably an AC moment. It's probably an AC moment. Sharpatron down the inside of Vivos takes P8. Willie, or Vivos is going to hang around the outside. He's going to hang around the outside. He's got the inside of T2, which you don't really want to be on the outside for. You got to do it now or never, really, on that one. This is Vivos recovering from his crash a minute ago. Vivos decides the position beforehand with a little bit of push to pass to help there. 4 tenths of a second, Mike Blast to Jens Bates. There's so much going on in this race. It's amazing to see. We're 13 laps in of 32 in this race. And fingers crossed this keeps going. We've still got pit stops to come.
I think so. Do you have the pit stops statistics? Because I cannot open them in the live timing.
I'll be able to. Right. Both drivers on push to pass. Here we go. Bensman's got has the advantage of a slipstream. I see Bulbasaur had a brief stationary moment. He's dropped a few places back down to P13. Jens Bates was close enough. He's looking for a move. Not close enough this time. We're game on for the lead. Mike Blast, Jens Bates were two of the fastest drivers in Assetto Corsa. Racing for victory in AF1. Is this not amazing. Absolutely amazing. We're going to see his keep going. What a save! What a save from Jens! Took too much cover on the inside turn number 3 and almost lost all of his progress. Let's look behind. Mythic has died. There goes race control. As Vivos looks to the outside of Robbie Kinnable, down towards turn number 1. Sharpatron waiting to take a position off the both of them. Cut to the inside is Sharpatron. No, but Vivos. Oh! Vivos for the instant yeet to the left. Exit stage left for Vivos. Prodigy has also spun off separately. He is. What on earth? Where is he? Sharpatron is right on the back of Robbie Kinnable now. This is P7.
This is keep on rubber 9. He is going for a move on Mattia Suriano P10 right now.
There was a move right in going on there. Sharpatron's down the inside of Robert Kinnable down into number 5 and he's made the move from stick. Rubber 9 has done Suriano to turn 5 as well. Suriano's had a little bit of an issue on the exit of turn 5. He's going to lose P10 9 to Robert.
There's so much going on in this race.
I can't talk fast enough for this. Robert Kinnable. Oh, it's scrapping. Charlotte's out. Charlotte's spun round. By Robert Kinnable. I was saying earlier how good Sharpatron was driving and how clean the racing was. The stewards will probably need to look at that at the end of the race. So do tune in on Monday because this is going to get pretty spicy, I think. Robert and Suriano are going to be battling once again down towards turn 1. I am sure of that. Robert 9 goes. That's Kinnable going wide at turn 13. Suriano down the inside of Robert into turn number 14. That's going to definitely hamper him, and you can see it already. Robert 9's already passed Suriano pretty much, but Suriano's going to use push to pass, and Robert is not. Here is what push to pass can do. And now Robert's on the push to pass. As Suriano jumps ahead with a bit of ping. Ignore that.
Okay,
and that's the effect of push to pass later on the straight. You get more top speed. Robert 9 will take P8 off of Suriano for now. That is a big asterisk there. That is for now. Jens Best is back to within half a second. Sharpatron has spun off again. He's in P12. He's way off in the bow. He's at the exit of the outside of turn 1. I think that's the end of his race. I don't think he wants to continue because that was so unfortunate for Charles. He is in the pits. He's teleported to the pits. That will probably be the end of this race. And through all the ping, you can probably see there's a move coming here.
Also P11, I think there were some switches. Vivo was taking the position from Rapide, and Rapide overtaking Ruben Andrade, I think.
Yes.
If correctly, and the Rapide is now going for a move using the push to pass system.
Zhao's already using it to defend from Max Janssen. It's worked. He's gained 4 tenths. It'll be about 5 or 6 tenths by the time he gets to the end of the straight. Mike Blast was doing the same on Jens Batesma. Jens was not responding and using any push to pass to attack. So I think there's a bit of clever strategy with the push to pass going on already. As we see Imran Shaikh being passed by 3 cars now into turn number 13. First by Vivos, but then Andrade.
Does Daniel Wolf know that you can use push to pass? He hasn't used one.
Maybe he's being strategic. Maybe he's forgotten to map his push to pass. I think I remember him saying he couldn't map it earlier. Barbara's going slowly to let the leaders past.
And then I think, is it Rubber and Rapidi? They almost used all of those push to passes. So they are going for the different strategy. They're trying to capitalize on what they can, and then will probably keep the positions as long as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a strategy. Rob Knebel, for example, he's skipping push to passes. So maybe he will be attacking at the end of the race. That might be interesting. It's
great to see these sort of different strategies being played out. Robber 9 and Rapidi, because they're in such a fight a lot of the time, they'd be wanting to use the attack mode. Push to pass as much as possible. See Jens Batesma taking a pit stop at half distance. Is he going to try and pull the overcut? Is it overcut? Overcut on Mike Blast. He's into the pits now from P2. Yeah. Are we going to see anybody else pitting?
Also, keep an eye on Pingu Queen. He has 8 push to passes. So
Vivo spins with Bonavane, and they're lap cars as well. Bonavane, I think, trying to get down the inside. He's almost rejoined badly and helped force Jake Feet. That's Daniel Wolf to check up, so that'll be a bit of a conversation at the end of the race between them as well. Yes, Spacer should rejoin. Go on, sorry.
Racing. Yeah, I was saying Bonavane is the last car racing, so he's 100% lapped car, so this is very unfortunate. And Bob Bizarre is off again.
I think he's just giving some space there. It's 3 wide there. It's going to be about to be 3 wide, coming down the pit straight towards turn number 1. Kinnable, Suriano, Rubber.
Is it Rubber going for a move?
It's Rubber on Suriano. He's almost tagged Kinnable, but he's stayed away from it. He's got the move on Matthew Suriano, almost done. Suriano's got a good exit from turn number 1, though. He's pulled into the back of him. We'll run him over Suriano coming down towards turn number 3. Oh, Rubber gets caught on the entry curb. He got wedged. He got wedged. Rubber spun off. He's rejoined now behind Matthew Suriano. It's a good save to rejoin like that, but it's not ideal. Betsman's rejoined behind Matti Lebiak by 8 seconds. He's in P6 now.
Rapidly lost the position for the Daniel Ricciardo. He's got P15 right now, and
yes.
Arda is doing very, very safe race.
Mostly, yeah. Oh! Into the pit lane, right into the back of Shizuoka. I don't know how they both stayed in the right direction, but they do. Most people are pitting now on lap number 6 at the end of lap 16, half distance.
Sure penalty. Sure penalty, I think.
This is where we run the ball with Jens. Where's Mike Blast? He's leaving the pit lane now. He's left his box. Here comes Jens Betsma. Is this going to be enough?
Is he using the push to pass or not?
Jens was. He's run out of it. It's going to be fairly close, but there's a few cars in the way. A few lap cars in the way. You see Mike Blast just rejoining there in a bit of a mess. But Matti Lebiak now leads this AF1 race by 3 seconds over Mike Blast. Matti is yet to stop.
Should we do some biased commentary and then scream, Lebiak leads the race?
I tell you, Jens did an amazing outlap. Purpled the second and third sectors. Ignore my internet for a second there. Ignore that. Ignore that. I don't know what's going on.
I will check the live timing then. Matti Lebiak is leading the race.
If Matti Lebiak is leading the race, it'll fix itself in a minute.
Yeah, don't worry. I will follow.
Just banging the down. I'm just
right now.
banging the floor with my foot, just for the downstairs neighbours, if you know what I mean.
Most of the yes, I know. But most of the drivers are not improving right now race pace, although João Vicente Guerra established second sector being his personal best. So there is plenty of time to be found here. He is on the fresh tires, if I'm being correct, although he had some collision with, I think, was it Max? Who was in the pit lane?
Is Mike Blast back in the pit lane? He is! Mike Blast is back in the pit lane! He's pitted for a second time in 2 laps! What's happened? He's just completely forfeited his race by pitting for a second time! Why has he done this?
Did he did something wrong? Maybe he refueled?
Did he miss his pit? I reckon he missed his pit box. That's my theory. He's gone too far forward in his pit box and he's missed it entirely. But so I honestly don't know. Daniel Ricciardo has spun a P12. He's currently on the inside of turn 14. Oh boy.
Oh, and you know,
that's not a great place to be.
Yeah, he will probably need to visit the pit lane again after the hit. His front wing is
only a small one. He's probably going to get away with it. Only a small one. Let's see who hasn't stopped yet in this race. That will be Robert Kinnable, currently running P5. Gutierrez pitted at the very start of this race. Granted, pit stops are not mandatory, so Juan might have to go to the end of the race on this set of tyres if he wants any chance of getting P7 from what was the back of the grid. And when my live timings and my internet recovers, it's definitely Jens Betsma leads this race. João Guerra is second, Max Janssen third, Pingu Quinn fourth, Robert Kinnable is P5, then Daniel Wolf, Juan Gutierrez, Matti Lebiak, Mike Blast has rejoined in P9, and Rapidi is now P10.
I think we should follow this action as they are very, very close. Juan
goes wide. I think his tyres might be going off. Lebiak's got the inside on Mike Blast, who's trying to get past. He's got a good exit there. Oh, and there was a little bit of wheel banging, I think, there. So let's see what Mike Blast can do. He's on the back. He's on the back foot. He's going to try and overtake 2 cars down the front straight. They've both got the push to pass activated. I got to go F5 cam for this because it's going to be a bit feisty. Matty's taking Juan. Mike Blast takes Juan. Basically, this is saying Juan sucks. I'm kidding. And down the outside goes Mike Blast. Round the outside goes Matti Lebiak. What a move this is going to be, but it's not going to quite work out.
Matti defensive, closing the door for Mike Blast, so he didn't.
He's following his own racing line. Juan looks like he's going to take a punt down the inside. He's not going to do it though. Matti holds on to P7 for now. This is not helping Mike Blast's recovery. He wants to be. I would say he'd probably make up P6. Daniel Wolf is running P6 in the minute, and but he is on the same strategy as Juan. He stopped under the safety car at the start of the race, so we expect him to stop as well.
I don't know if you noticed, Peppa Capi is not racing anymore. He is DNF'd.
Yes, he has retired from this race. It's very sad to see. Early crashes
in his debut. Yeah.
In his debut, not the best race for him to start off his AF1 season. Personal best for Jens Betsma at 20.6. Sorry, fastest lap for Jens Betsma at 20.632. Oh, good move down the inside from Mike Blast. He's gone a bit wide. He's drifted wide. We're sliding. Matty's still got the position here. He's got the outside. Is it going to be a switchback? No, Mike Blast takes a hard inside line. What can Matty do in response? He's got a good exit here. He needs a bit of push to pass to help him. Does he want to defend from... Does he want to come back at Mike Blast, make it difficult for him? As we see Daniel Wolf pitting just ahead of this. No push to pass needed.
Oh, that's a very good streamlined speed.
The move is made. What can Mike Blast do? Can he overtake him back in his turn? Whoa! Oh! The excellent reaction from Mike Blast was just not good enough. He spins off the track. That looked like a normal. That was a normal braking zone for Matty Labiak.
Mike Blast had spotted the tires.
More than that, he's not moving.
Yeah.
I think this might be the end of Mike Blast's race. He was on course to win this race, or at least be in the fight for it, and now he is stopped on track at the exit of turn 1. Did you see that? Were you watching that? Did you think that Matty Labiak's braking was fair?
I
thought it was.
Yeah, I don't think it was erratic. I think Mike Blast was trying to go for a move which was not possible in the situation. He was trying to brake later, but keeping the same lane as Matty. Matty was braking, I think, as normal as you probably do. You know, depending if my if your stream is showing the correct ping and stuff like this, but it looked very fair. So I think he was just trying to overcook the corner, and it didn't just work. But it's interesting because him and Rapidi were saying we are going for the championship, and right now they are not in the position for it after the.
Well, there are two drop races, but this is definitely a mark made from both Rapidi and Mike Blast that they are in this. They're in this title fight. They have the pace to do it.
Should I prepare the driver of the day voting? We have still.
Let's go for it. Yeah, get the driver of the day voting going. Mike Bulbasaur is spun off. This is on the exit of turn 13. Andrade and Rubber side by side down towards turn number 1. And I just wanted to point out Daniel Wolf. He's just pitted. Just come out of the pits. He's in P11. That's a net P8, I think. Net P9. Sorry. I'm still waiting on Gutierrez and no, just Gutierrez to pit. Robert Kinnable's just come out of the pits in P8. So that's where I thought the other position was going to come from. But Rubber goes a little wide at turn number 3. Not going to help. Suriano is on Kinnable right now. Let's say Kinnable's just come out of the pits. I don't know how hot the tyres are going to be. They probably should be warm by this point. Kinnable goes a bit wide and shuts the door for Suriano, but he's going to go around the outside of turn number 9 and will take the move through 10. That's a good move there from Suriano. Well placed with the car. And a very robust defence as well from Rob Kinnable, so that's very good. Bulbasaur has now retired from this race. We're down to 22 runners, I believe it is. Oh no, Sharpatron's still in this race. Mike Blast is disconnected as well, so that's 21. We've had 2 retirements. That's really unfortunate for Mike Blast because he was running really well.
In a very good position, yeah. Don't worry, just I'll be back in a moment. I'm preparing the whole driver of the day. So
sure, I'd love you to find out what happened to Mike Blast and why he pitted a second time as well, if you can. Go and do punditing. We've got a battle right now.
Yeah. Wait a second. I'll be ready with my opinions and stuff like this in a moment. I'm currently preparing. I have just a first question. Should we also include the drivers who DNF'd right now? Or okay, yeah. Okay, so I will go with the full set of drivers.
Let's take a look at Max Janssen. He's on the pit straight right now. He's trying to catch Joao Guerra, as he has been trying to do for most of this race in the Enduro car. Push to pass again being used. He's got 6 left. Joao's got 4. And these guys have been nose to tail for most of this race, about a second apart at most. Weird lag moment there as Rubber and Andrade change position through turn number 9. I thought it was going to be a collision there. There wasn't. Just a little bit of understeer. Everything's all good between the two of them now. P12 for Andrade, P13 for Rubber 9. Daniel Wolf still catching up to Jake Films with 2 American drivers. Yes, yeah, you can go to sleep now, Jack. It's an 11-second lead for Jens. But be warned, Mike Blast is coming. Daniel Wolf has got some slipstream. He's not going to use any attack mode. I think. Well, attack mode. I'm still using that word. Push to pass. He's got none to use because he hasn't mapped his button, as I understand it. I think. Oh, it's almost a move then. Almost a tag in the back there of Jake Feimster. Down the pit straight again for the P2 and P3. The battle for P10 and P11 is not too far in front of this battle for P2. Max Jansen again on the push to pass. 3/4 of a second. They both activated at exactly the same time. 3 and 5 left for Guerra and Jansen, respectively. Pingu Quinn's trying to get a one hand on a podium trophy. And I mean long term, Jack. Mike Blast is coming. Long term. He's got the pace. Both of them going wide. I wonder if track limits penalties are going to be an issue later on when we come to the results. We'll keep you abreast of all of that when we get it, of course.
Okay, I have the straw poll ready, so I'm just gonna do vote for your driver of the
Oh, as Daniel Wolf goes wide at 13, loses a position to Rubber 9, who's already on the back of Ruben Andrade, so it could be a bit of a push-to-pass train down the front straight, apart from, well, Wolf, who can't use any. Rubber 9's only got one left, and Andrade's already using one of his remaining 4.
Okay, so driver of the day is up. I just posted the link on the chat. I'll be posting it every few laps, so you can vote until the last lap. And
yeah,
right
okay.
Now...
I need to shut up now because Joao is under pressure now from Max Jansen. 0.3 of a second, push to pass plus slipstream. Hard to the right hand side of the track. Here goes Max Jansen to the left hand side. Towards turn 1's got the outside. There's lap cars ahead to make things a bit spicier later on. But down the outside goes Max Jansen. Swings it round, misses the apex, but takes P2 off of Joao at last. Took long enough for him to do it. Can Joao respond? Down the hill towards turn 3.
You're absolutely right about saying Max Jansen is having a really good chance of even winning the race. Maybe not winning the race right now, but having the podium is...
P2, yeah, P2 seems to be a very confident prediction to make.
And he went a little bit wide.
The switch quickly to Rubber, who's got the outside of Jake Feimster coming towards turn 13. Do you want to be ahead or behind coming onto the back straight? What do you think?
I think ahead, yeah.
Oh, front straight, sorry. You want to be ahead? Well, Rubber's gone for ahead, so let's see how we go.
It is a very often line, I think, on the last corner when you just go to the inside line and.
There are a lot of different lines. And Jake Feimster, who's got more push to passes than Rubber has. Great pass already, and Rubber's got to do it all over again. Slight defensive, just jiggle to the inside. There, Rubber nearly wipes out Jake Feimster there. Everyone gets so excited coming to a braking zone they sort of forget. Oh wait, there's a car there that's in my way. Oops.
Yeah, Rubber seems to be quite aggressive in this race. He's trying to go for a very opportunistic move, I think, in the most of the occasions. But he needs to...
Oh, Guerra's out! Guerra's out of the race! Guerra's DNF'd! I think Brazilian Fibre has caught up to him. He's out of this race. Yeah, I can confirm. I can't find him. He's got DNF on the timing screens. And he's disappeared from here. I will say Gutierrez has run 26 laps on these tyres that most people will barely do more than about 18. So this is a stunning race from Juan, who could take P6 here. But he is under pressure from Rapidi. We'll switch to that now, actually. Never mind. Rapidi's gone. Rubber and Feimster side by side as well. There's too much going on at the late stage of the race for one lap. 27 of 32. Not long to go. And that is from last place. Gutierrez is retaking P5 now. Off of Rapidi. Down the front straight we go. As this will now become a battle for P10 and P11. Jake Feimster again using one of his last 3 attack push to pass. I'm gonna get that wrong all season.
Wow, that was easy.
Rubber's got to do it all again, but he's got one left in the locker that he's waiting for the right moment to use. Your top 3, to remind you, is Jens Batesma in the lead by 12.5 seconds over Max Jansen, who leads by 3 seconds over Pingu Quinn. Lebiak is 4th, 30 seconds back. Rapidi and Juan Gutierrez are battling over P5, and they have come together at P8!
Oh, that's
banging wheels! Swan is holding on to every last piece of his tyres. They can't have much grip on them left. Rapidi's gone for a very wide line through turn 11. It is not going to help him. And here comes Zapatio Suriano. It is. Suriano's in this battle. I think Rapidi's tyres are struggling. They're all off the track at turn 13. It's not a wet condition race, guys. You can keep it on between the white lines fairly easily. They nearly touch. Rapidi's got P5, Suriano's got P6, but that might change coming towards turn 1 as they start lap 28.
Suriano using the push-to-pass system, and then he is going for a move, having very, very good speed. Rapidi is out of push-to-pass, so it will be hard to respond, although he is having very, very good speed right now.
Yeah, Gutierrez has no response to any of this. And it's a good battle. Suriano's going to switch back down the inside through turn 1 and 2. Rapidi's got the inside for 3. Ignore my British fibre.
Yeah, that was kind of what he's...
So, he's rejoined! It's all kicking off in this late stage of the race. We're in lap 29 of 32. Gutierrez might get a P6 back from this if he can keep his tyres in check, and I don't think he can, to be honest. Rubber still trying to get past Feemster. He's still going way too wide at the entry curb at turn 3 and not getting the grip he should. He's getting unstable over that curb. Oh, I need a drink.
So we have 6 cars who DNF'd right now, and 2 drivers who struggled a lot, which are Bonnevain and Thomas Cameron.
Rubber looking to the outside, they almost bang wheels, really slamming the door shut. Feemster's going to hold on to the outside, Rubber takes P10 now. That's the first time Rubber's got past Feemster that we've seen before the front straight. Feemster, however, still has 2 push-to-passes left in the next 4 laps. So there's definitely a response coming. Behind that, that's Daniel Wolf. He's in the battle again. Is he going to dive to the inside? No, his nose sticking his way up the inside. But Rubber might now have enough of an advantage to stay ahead coming towards turn number 1. Azalea is by Mythic. Rubber having a little defensive move. That's a bit of a weave there, who is probably going to argue that that's legally F1. It's not here. Down inside goes Jake Feemster. It would be enough to take a position with just that push to pass. He takes P10 back off of Rubber. Daniel Wolf could just sit back and watch for now. Rubber is going to look to the inside of turn 3. He's not going to take that entry apex this time, but he has still lost out over Jake Feemster, who can go through the corner much faster. Jens has just started lap 30.
Matthias Suriano is going for P5 on Rapidi. Josh, P6. He was very close. Oh, now he backed off. But they are just very, very close.
It's amazing. We've still got such close racing coming to the end of this race. We're on lap 30. Jens is just catching up to this battle with P10.
How are the tires of Suriano, though? I think he is on the fresher compound.
He was one of the later ones to pit. He pitted 12 laps ago.
Yeah, so I think he will be safe from Juan, who is 4 seconds off. Juan is going for no pits, right?
He pitted into the first safety car.
Oh,
so he's done 27 laps on this set of tyres. Schraubger has rejoined, so he will get P21 in this race. Hopefully, he should have. He probably dropped too many laps down. But look at Suriano, who's got Arda to give him a lifeline in this battle with Rapidi for P5. These guys have got 3 laps to go. They're not even looking at they're not even following the lines at the turn number 3. I don't think it matters, or will it? We'll look at the track limits violations at the end of this race. This battle is still raging on. Drow has already decided to pit. Okay. Where's Jens on track? Jens is currently around turn 3, so he's started the penultimate lap of this race. So these guys will have 2 laps to go at the end of this one. Oh, Suriano was losing the back end there. He can't have taken that much out of his tyres. They haven't been on as long as everybody else's have.
Do you think he will get Rapidi, or they will be battling?
I think Suriano will get Rapidi, to be honest. Yeah. But Jake Feemster and Rubber still at it again. Half a second there. I'll be ready to switch back to Rapidi and Suriano very quickly if it comes to it. They're on the front straight. Rubber down to the inside at turn number 12. 11.
They're absolutely crazy. They're just fighting for like 10 laps, I think.
Absolutely. Rapidly hard to the inside. Suriano's got the slipstream and probably his last of his push to passes. He's going to look to the inside. No, he's not. Oh, almost slides and hits the back of Rapid. He doesn't hit it, though. He didn't lose the back end. That was just my ping. Andrade, meanwhile, is on the back of Robert Kinnable. He's used one of his penultimate push to pass. No move there. We switch back to Rubber and Feemster. Feemster's got the inside line. Down towards turn 1. Goes for full send. Big lock-up, doesn't it, Robert? They don't touch. Oh, and Phipps is to save it. Where's Daniel Wolf in all this? He's not close enough to make a move. Roberts decided to move out of the way of Roberts had to move out of the way of Jens, and he's gone wide at turn number 3. That's a lifeline for Jake Feimster, who's not close enough. Here comes Daniel Wolf on the inside of 4. Daniel Wolf next to be alone on Jake Feimster. He's stuck on the outside of 4. Feimster's no, he's crashed. He's crashed.
Oh, no.
Feimster's going to take a position off Feimster now. It's bad to worse for Jake Feimster, who's looking so good between the two of them. Can I breathe yet? Not quite. These two have got.
No, you cannot.
Soriano's off. Soriano's off.
Oh.
13. There goes Juan. He might have a battle with Roy Juan because Juan's got terrible tyres. But this does mean okay. Jens is not quite there. We've still got some time to look at the move. No, Andrade is still going. Soriano's going to have some slipstream on Juan.
Soriano going to take Juan. No!
He's still got one more lap to go. There's still one more lap to go.
There's still one more lap to
Besma
go.
hasn't finished. Besma hasn't finished. I think Mattia thinks it's finished. It hasn't. Besma wins the Shizuoka AFGP. He was the champion last season. Andrade and Robert Kinnable. Yes, they've switched positions. Or have they? Yes, they have. Kinnable second P8. Soriano still he hasn't slowed down. They're still racing. It's about a second there. We'll switch back to this. Kinnable and Andrade V8. 0.2 of a second. They could be moving to turn 5. Will there be? It looks to the inside. No, he is going. Is he going for it? They touch. Kinnable's round. Kinnable's round.
That's absolutely terrible for.
Kinnable will be guaranteed P9 because Roberts finished in P10. These two are still battling over P6 and P7. Make your mind up, guys. Who's taking it? Gutierrez P6. Soriano P7. They've still got a few corners to go and a bit of slipstream that might come in handy. Gutierrez got to push the pass in hand, though.
I think Soriano gonna use the last corner, although Juan has pushed to pass one more than Soriano, who is having 0.
Over the front straight. Here comes the drag race. Here comes the drag race. So next to Soriano. Where's Gutierrez? He's using the push to pass. No, he's not. He is now. He's used it. It's not going to be enough. Gutierrez is weaving. He shouldn't be doing that. I'll be waiting for a penalty there. It should be enough, though, for now, for Gutierrez to take P6. I think driver of the day, ignoring that last couple of seconds, has got to go to Gutierrez for me. Taking tyres 31 laps in a 32-lap race. Most people pit at a half distance. That's Gutierrez's race for me for driver of the day. What about you, Mosquito?
Yeah, okay, so for me...
Whose is yours? And then we'll go for the official
My
one.
option... I didn't vote for him, but I just see Matti Leibek being P4, which is very good.
He's had himself a quiet race to just get himself some good results. His last season, he was up there as well, but he didn't have quiet races that got him those results. But let me confirm the result for you now. Jens Betsma wins the Shizuoka AFGP. Mex Janssen finishes second, and Pinker Quinn rounds out the top 3. Then we have Matti Leibek P4, then Rapidi P5 from the back of the grid early on in the race. Then Gutierrez P6, then Soriano, Andrade, Kinnable, and Rubber 9 rounds out the top 10. Then Daniel Wolf finishes P11, Jake Feimster P12, Vivols P13. Roman Nesh takes P14, I think over the line, based on the graphic I have there, against Trader Joe, who takes the final point. Then Fern 16th, Shiny Waffles 17th, Daniel Ricciardo 18th, Bonavane 19th, Cameron 20th. Joao Guerra will probably get a DNF because he finished too many laps down. And then we have DNF for Bulbasaur, Mike Blast, Pepper Cappy, Imran Shaikh. Charbatron will definitely be a DNF, and Pro DZ as well. What a start to AF1!
And I would like to confirm the official results of the driver of the day are being won by Joao Vicente Guerra, 40%. He won. Then the second one is Max Janssen and Charles Bertrand. They are equal on votes, since we have not that many votes. But still, it's interesting. I was voting for Joao, but to be honest, Matti Leibek did very, very good job, and I'm quite surprised that he is not in the... he didn't receive any votes. So
I can have confirmation of certain retirements. Pro DZ had to retire. He had to go, I'm guessing, personal issues. Prepper Cappy retired because of safety car and server issues, postponing the race way too much for him to be able to take part. Mike Blast, well, his engine blasted. He money shifted.
Oh, that's...
On that move on Matty Labiak, he money shifted. That's why his engine died. He couldn't move. That was the end of his race. Mike Blast, his first pit stop, he did not select a compound of tyre, so there was no tyre change.
Oh, that's absolutely unfortunate for him.
So he had to pit a second time to change tyres, and then the lap after that, of course, we all saw the attempt to move down the inside of Matty Labiak. He downshifted too fast, which caused the engine to blow up. Maximum drama in the first race of AF1. If it's going to keep going like this, well, I'm not going to have a voice come the end of February. And, oh my god, what a season we're in for. Mike Blast is surely going to be up there with Jens, and so is Jack Olivia when he returns for round 3. We're in for quite the season. What do you think?
Yeah, it's giving us a very good theme of strong batsman, but also good vibes and kinda maybe it's a little bit premonition that Mike Blast can be dangerous, as well as Max Jansen, who is using every opportunity, like DNF from Joao. Joao is also being there in the top. So I think there are a lot of like pretty fast and solid drivers who are just trying to get as much as they can. So it will be interesting. Also, Rapidi was pretty fast, although I think his strategy with push to pass and unfortunate collisions made his race quite difficult to get higher than, I think, was he P5 or? I don't know. No, he spun.
It's a blur.
He spun. Yeah.
It's all a blur. I can now confirm the race results with track limits included, and there are no track limits included because, well, apparently it says 0 cuts all around. A couple of people got a couple of cuts, but nothing severe. Okay, so it is my assumption that either cuts were turned off on the settings, or track limits were broken on the track. I'm guessing it's the second one.
Yeah, let's talk about also the one thing which makes me wonder if it will be reported or not. The weaving from Juan on the last straight. Do you think
I doubt it will come to anything because it makes no difference. But like if it came down towards the first corner, I would say it would matter a bit more. But I think considering it's the last lap, it wouldn't be enough for a report. Obviously, if it does get reported, we'll look at it and it will probably be a different situation. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it would be worthy of a report.
You know, there's...
It depends how vengeful Matteo Suriano decides to be, and I don't think that's in his nature.
I know, but like there's a certain team in F1 who is both teams who are just trying to look at every inch. So this is where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Maybe some drivers are trying to look at some stuff, and I can confirm it, Josh. Also, the second protest was also, I think, rejected. So the final order of F1 is confirmed. Verstappen is the world champion.
Until Toto Wolff decides to go to the Court of Arbitration for Sport.
No. I don't think it. I think it would be the biggest shame in the sport if they did that. It's too late. Although, are we going for some interviews or are we just...
Absolutely, bring some people in. Let's go.
Okay. Who are we starting with? I think this one, King Tiffy, is Jens Betsman, so we'll start with him as he won, and he is probably waiting to give us some spicy details. Hello, Jens.
Hello.
This is the interview time.
Fun.
Yeah, so this is your description of the race. Funny fun.
Yeah, it's actually the description of my race, yeah.
How did you enjoy the track and the car combo?
It was very fun. Yeah, I actually didn't plan to join this after like what happened this day, but the parties because of COVID like stopped reasonably early, so I was like 5 minutes before practice. I managed to join.
That's amazing. I mean, you just appear out of nowhere, then you just dominate the session, and then you just win the race.
Well,
it was hardly a domination. Jens definitely had to work for that one.
I fucked up.
Yeah.
So I spun on the safety car. So
Oh, that was a spin. Okay, so that was the reason
yeah,
you
I
just.
spun out of turn one while I was trying to drink something. I just put down full throttle and like lost it, and like I corrected the front end but lost P2 and P1.
Give this guy a drink.
Talk to me about your battle with Mike Blast. That was insane.
Well, it was like very close, but there was like no battle because it's we were like within 1/10 of each other's pace. Maybe I was like 1/10 faster. But when you come into like that 0.5 seconds in the last sector, you'll just lose that 1/10 because of dirty air. So it becomes very hard to overtake. So the battle was almost non-existent, but it's still very very challenging to push all the time. And I think that's what got him in the end. He spun out or something like that on the old tires. So
Do you think you're going to end up seeing a battle with Mike Blast coming through the season? Maybe you and Jack
yeah,
and Matt
sure.
Blast.
Yeah, I for sure see something happening with Jack. Mike seems to be really quick in the in the quality sessions and just hot laps. But we seem to have the upper hand in the race, and let's keep it that way.
The strategy probably, as he did some rookie mistakes, as not changing tire compound during the pit stop, or
What?
destroying his. Yeah, he just pitted for the first time and he didn't change tires, so he had to pit for another time, so he lost his position.
So,
And then,
but he did refuel then, because otherwise, why would you stop?
No, he
did nothing
forgot
at the
he
stop.
forgot to set a compound, so he didn't change any tires on his first stop.
He just stopped and went.
I think
really?
he maybe tried to reverse, set it, and go back in. It didn't work, so he got going again.
Mehdi,
And he pitted the next lap.
Mehdi said he spun.
I think he spun. Yeah, but he blew his engine up. I think.
Yes,
No, but
he
he
tried to pass
spun
him.
before his second stop.
Oh.
I think he didn't make that first stop.
I think we were riding one with Mike Blast for most of that lap. I don't think I saw him spin, but I'm not sure.
Alright.
I mean,
Well, either way, I'm pretty happy with the result in the end. So
yeah, it's a very dramatic, race.
Josh's voice
Maybe not-
is.
My voice is struggling a little bit, but it's good.
Yeah, Josh went absolute beast mode. He was just like so screaming like Eminem.
yeah, my voice just gone from like watching the race this day. So there was a lot of screaming going, especially in the last lap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My voice was destroyed back then. Like I was on the verge of the last lap. So. Quite effective day, I would say. A lot of action and stuff like this. I am looking if we can bring some people there, and I think, can we take Matty for the interview because he was P4.
Yeah, he went P17 to P4.
Yeah, let's take
Really
Matty
impressive.
here. Okay, it's time to bring Matty for the interview.
I'm being interviewed. What the hell?
Yeah, you are being interviewed because
They're definitely
you
deserved.
Driver of the day, Mary.
Did I get driver of the day?
No,
No,
actually,
you should-
Shroud got it, but
you should get.
Oh, sorry.
but it definitely definitely should have been a contender for it.
All right.
I didn't
You
even
should have
realize it was
gotten
from I didn't even realize it was from P17. But oh my god, what a race!
You just went
Well-
under the radar, kind of like science today.
That's what
you
it.
know.
That's
Like Tsunoda today.
Oh, it's
Nobody
Tsunoda,
said
yeah.
anything
that's
about
what.
Tsunoda.
May I speak? That's
It's
what
his
it like.
interview.
No, it's cool. Yes, like Tsunoda, like that. Oh, that race felt amazing. I just kind of slipped under for a bit. I just kept out of trouble for most of it. The restarts were okay. Conceded a few positions in the beginning. Gained a lot because of the start. It was chaos. And just kept the laps. Just kept pumping in the laps. Left it late with the stop, and then had nice fresh tires to the end. And I just was alone for about 10, 12 laps. But yeah, P4, man. I mean, I think there was some DNFs ahead of me, but I'm so happy with that. This car is amazing to drive and really good to battle with.
It
Love it,
definitely
absolutely
looked.
love
There
it.
was battles all the way through the field and all the way through the race. It was amazing.
Yeah, people were focused as anything generally, and I could tell there was a lot of battling going on. You get the odd person that would pipe up if anyone said anything. Like, no, please be quiet. I'm trying to battle. But there was some
That's amazing.
definite focus in there. Some really good stuff, and some high tempers, some interesting incidents, and yeah, should be an interesting Stewie stream. But at the same time, an awesome race from all around, and props to the ends, I think, for winning.
Luckily, there was no Polly in the voice chat, so you
Oh
could
my
properly
God.
focus.
I actually thought that to myself before the race, like, oh my God, I'm actually gonna be able to hear myself speak this race. And I could focus. It was crazy. It was really unique. But there you go. I mean, yeah. Anyone else have any interesting races around?
Like
Mike Blast.
Mike Blast.
Yeah.
Did you hear about what happened to him?
Did you see what he did to me? He tried to overtake, and then he went straight past me.
Yeah, we were riding on board with that.
Oh no! What did he do?
He just went for a move down the inside. I think a bit of a late one, and he changed down too many gears, and his engine died.
His engine blasted.
I used that. I came up with that one first.
Do you know what? He's the second person in that race to have blown up his engine. What is it? Jake Feemster. Jake Feemster blew his engine under safety car. So he was like trundling along, his car basically rolling. He couldn't tell us because he figured out that his mic.
That's why.
His mic that Discord was picking up from was actually 10 feet away. So he just was going 10 miles an hour, and everyone was bunching up behind under safety car. So yeah, 2 engine failures or 2 engine blowouts in one race.
Yeah, but Jake Feemster finished, I think, P10 or something. So
yeah, he made a great comeback. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is why he was so far away from the whole field.
Actually, no.
Before the restart.
It was in the first restart he had this, so he blew his engine, went back to pits, and had to catch up to the back of the field. That's what he did. So there you go. That was it. And
we had also the collision in the pit lane. I think Max Jensen and João Vincent Tequera. I think they.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. My mum's calling me. I'll be right back. I'll mute myself.
Okay.
No, Matty's mum. He doesn't want cheese.
He doesn't want cheese. He doesn't want interview. But he got P4, and this is what matters. So also 11 people still watching. We had like very, very stable 18, 20 people watching, Josh. I was checking it. I wasn't just notifying because you were just absolutely in the trance. You were just like,
it's so good to be back.
Yeah, it is good to be back. I hopefully didn't interrupt your screaming. Sorry if I just sometimes did. It was quite laggy, but still. I enjoyed that one, and
it took a while to get into the flow, but because of all the but we got there.
But I'm gonna quote you. We are definitely onto something. So we might get some interesting combination of our commentary styles if it's going to work. And I really look forward for the second round. This is my favorite track, Mont Blanc.
Shall we bring in Pingu Quinn?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We can. Let's do it. Okay. Pingu! Oh no, I didn't bring him. Yeah? Oh, Pingu! Yeah, now it works.
He did about 2 seconds too early. Pingu! Hi. He's not here. Pingu! Hello!
Interview time!
Oh. A podium somewhat gifted to you today, but no doubt that was a strong race for you.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
No spinning, no crashing, just...
No safety car crash.
I mean, even Jensen's doing the spinning under safety car, so... I think
not
spinning in this race is definitely...
Then, and then no, it happened.
It's definitely an achievement.
Max Jensen drove a great race. We had basically equal pace, and his overtake on me was fucking superb. So I'm looking forward to driving against him again. And I'm just happy to be fast and consistent in this car and hope for more podiums. That was a really fucking fun race.
It absolutely was. I think one of the best AF1 races we've seen for a while.
Field-wise, absolutely. Yeah, the whole field is so close together, and the top 10 is very, very close. It's not like you have this 1 second of pace or something. Race pace, they are just very, very close. So it is really hard to even point the title contender right now because as we managed to talk through it, it's 5 or 6 people who are just having super pace, so everything can happen at this point of the season after the first round.
Yeah.
My big question to you is, what race are you looking forward to the most? Which one do you think will be best for racing this season?
Oh, let me get the calendar up again. Okay, I mean, I'm sad that I'm missing the next race in Mont Tremblant because I love that circuit.
It
But
is amazing.
I am on a plane when that happens, so
Oh.
I cannot. I think Imola in these cars is just fun. I love driving
Oh
Imola.
Lord. Imola doesn't actually normally have the best reputation in AF1.
I
Season
can imagine
4 is famous.
what happened season 4.
20-car pile up at turn 1.
I think
forward
season 7 too. It was like the same type of pile up. Like I think 7 or 8 cars off at T1.
I'm
If you
I
can
think
get
I think
any
Imola will be the
Wi-Fi?
best to drive in these cars. I think.
Oh,
Racing,
of
not
course,
sure.
Imola's not on the plane. I was about to say, if you've got Wi-Fi on the plane, watch that race, but that's Mont Tremblant. Still watch that
Yeah.
race if you get Wi-Fi on the plane, because that's going to be
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm wondering, like, out of the drivers' vote, like, what is even Heart Lake? What is that?
It's a fictional track made by the same people that made Silver Queen.
Then I will not vote for that one because Silver Queen is trash.
Said no one ever.
Silver Queen is trash.
No, I would say set few not the drivers, but not me. I enjoyed Silver Coin pretty much. So it's
It really depends on the car. In the TCR, sorry, in the
taste.
Seat rather, it's awful.
Maybe on the
Chief
taste.
Whip has spoken.
Exactly. I don't know which of the votes I'll go for. Maybe Albert Park.
Singapore
could be
looks
good.
like a solid option also. We tried it in the weekly and it was I didn't finish that race, but I know that people had fun and
Singapore will be chaos.
Yeah, but F1 is also kind of chaos. Though we have Imola, right?
I mean, drama.
That's
drama all the way through, and that's exactly what I'm here for. This is just great.
Yeah, you definitely.
A stunning season.
I'm looking forward to watching the replay because not much happened to me, so I don't know how action-packed was the race.
Very. There'll be a lot of screaming.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to say definitely watch at least last 2 laps because the battle between Suriano, Juan, and Rapidi, it is intense.
Well, skip to the start of the race. Skip to the start of the race, and that will give you everything.
Gotcha.
Everything you need, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it was good fun. I've had a good race.
So, can you just give us a little bit insight of what happened in the race start? Because I thought it was supposed to be a formation.
Oh, no. Basically, the server setup was somehow wrong or whatever, and then also Mythic was having issues.
Colombian moment.
His issue was he was in the server. He couldn't see any other cars moving.
Perfect.
Right, so
except for Jens. Except for Jens. He saw Jens move and nobody else. And so when there was a pile up at turn 1, he didn't see it. He didn't know the race was happening. He just thought Jens drove off and it was like, Jens, what are you doing? So it was very confusing. That's why we restarted. And so Mythic did race control from live timings. And then Mythic DC'd because Colombian fiber.
Oh, hey, Pinky.
Oh, hey, Matt.
I was on the phone with my mum. You raced amazing today.
Thank you.
Where did you finish? P2, right? Or P3?
P3.
You couldn't catch up to Max, could you?
No, we were so matched on pace. I think there was a bit of traffic in the last couple of laps, and maybe I could have got closer, but I don't know if I could have got him.
Are we on stream or off stream?
We are on stream.
Yes,
We're still live.
Oh wow, still. All right, cool.
Yes, imagine Matti, keeping me as a co-commentator is really bad for the stream because we keep going and going, and that doesn't stop talking. I don't stop talking.
Yep.
Somebody stop me, please.
Anyway, I have the results from the Drivers and Teams Championships. I think that'll be sort of a good way to finish off this stream.
Yep.
Obviously, Jens Batesbernal has a 7-point lead over Max Janssen in the Drivers' Championship. Pinky Quinn is third with 16, then Matty Lebiak 13, Rapidi 11, Juan 10, Matthew Suriano 9, Robbie Knibbel 7. Oh, P8, yeah, Ruben Andrade finished P8, so it's Matty Suriano with 9 points, Robbie Knibbel 7 points, Rubber 9, 6 points, and Daniel Wolf, 5 points. That's the top 10. In the teams, Strobwaffel Racing leads with 30 points. Enduro Car is second with 27. Then Port Energy Racing with 19. Newt Racing with 16. And Eva X Zenith Motorsport with 13. That's the top 5.
Hey.
Lovely.
Maka
Let's
ended
go.
with 6 points.
Rip.
But
Sorry.
Strobwaffel is also like
Spicy.
is also
Yeah,
Maka.
Strobwaffel is
but-
also Maka.
Eh.
Yeah. Can I just say, like, Jens is great, but it really annoys me that I did.
Please
like,
remember
250
this is on stream.
laps of practice, and he did 30 laps of practice basically, and like it just blitzed me, and I'm like, okay.
He's Dutch. He's Dutch.
Yeah, exactly. You see
He
what
was
Dutch people
channeling
can
Max.
do.
He's channeling
It's
Max
no
today.
wonder there was-
Yeah, I think that's the excuse today.
I think Max
That's the
Janssen was
best
also
excuse.
channeling Max today.
There was definitely some influence from Max's.
Of course, the
drivers'
Dutch one
championship.
too, isn't it? Max Jansen's Dutch as well.
It
so
was a
it's
Dutch
Yeah.
one, so yeah.
This is
Perfect
quite-
present to
Quite the day
Max
for the
fans.
Dutch. And
And-
you're British, Pingu, so
And
you've got a
Vivos is
handicap,
annoyed
naturally.
because he's Dutch and
I'm-
slow. What is this BS?
I'm racing under the Antarctican flag. Remember?
Ah, true, true, true.
Vivos is Belgian then.
Yes, he's
Rough.
now become Stoffer. Oh my god.
Max is also half Belgian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it is a good time to.
That's a good
finish
point
the
away
stream.
then. Let's run you through what we've got for the next week. Not much left, to be honest,
Yeah.
because we're coming towards the end of the year. Don't forget to join us for the Steward stream tomorrow. That starts at 7 p.m. GMT. It's GMT UTC. Sorry, 7 p.m. UTC.
Hosted by yours truly.
A lot of us. Hopefully, we get many people to the Steward stream tomorrow. That'd be great to see.
Friday.
Saturday has absolutely nothing. No, I missed Friday. Friday has the season finale of AF3 at the Birmingham Super Prix track. That is going to be
Looking forward
epic,
to that.
even if it
Be
means
there.
absolutely nothing for the championship, because that's already decided. Congratulations, Jack Olivia, on the AF3 title for the third season in a row. Please don't do it again.
Yeah, can we stop him, please?
Somebody do it, please. I realise we've given him GT4s for next season, so that's not going to help.
Okay, I gonna beat him next season.
And
Okay.
Saturday is the fifth round of AF2, if I'm right. Am I right? Yeah, that's this weekend.
Ottawa,
yes.
yeah.
Yes, 80.
Yeah.
That's the fifth round of AF2. That's starting at Ottawa Motorsports Park in not in Ontario, in Kansas. That's Kansas, USA,
what?
not Canada.
Wait, sorry. There's
Yeah.
an Ontario in
No,
Kansas.
ignore. There is an Ontario in the USA, but Ottawa, Kansas.
Ottawa. Yeah.
I don't know
What?
why I said Ontario. It's Ottawa in Kansas.
So not the
Lies.
capital of Canada.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
not the capital of Canada. So good. So that just in case you get lost looking through the countries in Content Manager, it's in America, not Canada. That's an hour 40. That's an hour 45 race, starting at 4 p.m. UTC for practice, and then AF1 returns for round 2. Same time next week, hopefully with a much more fluid layout. Going to Mont-Tremblant for 35 laps.
Oh god.
So that
with
starts
these.
at 6 p.m. UTC. Oh, that's going to be so good.
Well, I'm looking forward to watching that race because Mont-Tremblant is a great circuit. But I think I've raced there twice now. No, 3 times. No, twice. And both times it was amazing, and both times things have happened to me.
Things have
So,
happened.
yeah,
I
Was the first
definitely
time
gonna.
IndyCar?
I was
No.
not there for the IndyCar season.
Not
No,
no.
no.
It
No.
would have
But
been.
AF4,
season
AF4,
5.
AF3.
AF3
I
season
have,
5.
I have 4 with the Radicals and then AF3
Yes.
with the BTCCs.
Oh, I remember
yeah.
commentating. That was fun.
The formation gate scandal.
Oh god.
Yeah, but honestly, I definitely gonna try to be commentating this race because this is my favorite circuit. So,
Yes.
I won't be able to race because I'm shit slow, but I can give my emotions, and I have plenty.
His emotions
of
are
them,
not shit slow.
Yes, my emotions are very pretty fast. Not as
that's-
fast
that's
as
you-
Mythic.
They're so quick that your mouth can't keep up with them. Ever.
Yeah, mine was getting that today. I tried to go as fast as I possibly could at times because there was probably 3 or 4 battles going on at once at certain points, and I'm just trying to talk about all of them at the same time. I tried.
Honestly,
I tried.
I
It's the
am-
fastest I've probably ever talked, but it didn't work too well.
I have some ideas how to win best clips right now.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I
Just
won't
make
spoil
another
my-
Powerpuff Girls meme.
I know exactly what it is.
No, I don't want to replicate stuff
I
like
know
this.
exactly what it is already. I won't say what it is, but I think we'll end the stream there. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and we'll see you next time.